everyone. Welcome to the final Warriors Den of Year 9.
Nice.
Today, we have a big stream for you today. We have the reveal of our new hero, Juren. Amazing. He's so cool. That trailer just it gets me. It's super
right,
cool.
the face, like the zoom in.
Yeah. The transition.
The smirk.
So
I love
that's
it so
so
much.
good. It's also a really big week for us here in Montreal because right now we are having a workshop with some VIP players that you will see later on in the show.
Nice.
So how are you guys? How are you doing?
Wait. Hold on. I'm sorry. But listen, we chat. We need to have a little chat because, as you know, this is a very important stream. So if you have not linked your UB Connect account to your Twitch account, do so now because we're going to be here a while and you're going to want to get all them Twitch drops, all right? Because for every 30 minutes you're with us today, you're going to get a scavenger crate. And we're going to pick some lucky winners at the end to win a grand prize of either 100K steel or the new Juren hero, and you are not going to want to miss out on that. On top of that, we got more. We have a Twitch directory, which is live right now and going to be running through February 12th. So watch us, watch your favorite streamers, win fabulous prizes. You can see them on the screen right now. Do not miss out on that. Get them linked. All right.
All right.
Okay.
Oh, that's
I got it done. We're good.
well done, Nolan. All right, so everyone can start having their sweet rewards now. So let's move on. We have some very exciting news to announce today. And with us, for the first time on the Warriors Den, Mathieu, welcome on the show. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, and thank you, Mike. After a few months of watching the team from behind the scenes, it feels great to be here at this Warriors Den. First time for me, trial by fire, let's say. And hello, Warriors. I'm Mathieu. I joined this awesome team as a creative director just under 6 months ago. I'm a knight at heart. My main is Black Prior, and of course, pancake is my favorite move. And I've been told that it says a lot about me. And knights find a way. I joined the team to try to bring together everything that we're making in terms of gameplay, lore, content, and to help build a vision to keep investing in this freaking awesome game. And I'm happy to be here for this final title update of Year 9, the reveal of our newest Woolen hero and the first Woolen character since 2019.
Ooh, last one was
It's been a while.
John,
yeah.
Been a long time.
5 years.
oh, wow.
So this is kind of an important milestone for the Woolen. But before the team shows you all the awesome content and the work that came into creating this character. You've seen a lot of news about Ubisoft yesterday, and you might be wondering what's next for Honor, but we're here and we're happy to announce that there will be a Year 10. It's happening.
Woo!
And it's right around the corner. Right.
Right on. Okay, this is fantastic. Year 10.
Yeah.
This is great news. Is there anything that you can reveal for us? Some tasty bits of...
I would want to tell you everything. I've been briefed. We're just going to start with a tiny sneak peek at this point. The year will be titled Cycles of War, where we're going to bring you 4 new seasons, 8 title updates, returning events, as well as new ones, and 2 new heroes, keeping the same format you've been used to. Our first hero will be introduced Season 2 TU2, and she will bring a type of weapon you haven't seen before, and will close the year strong, Season 4 TU2, with a pretty big deal of a hero that I'm really excited about.
Nice.
We'll also have some really cool things coming your way in terms of hero skins and customization. Let's just keep it at, I can't wait for you to see Season 1. It's really exciting. What we can tell you is that before we celebrate Year 10, that's paving the way to our 10th anniversary next year. That will be in February 2027. We have a bit of a way, starting with what's coming right in front of us, which is the 9th anniversary that we're going to talk about today.
Wow, that's really a lot of stuff coming. So, I mean, the team must be working like crazy right now.
Absolutely. They are excited. We're working hard. Nolan doesn't stop to answer emails nights and weekends, trying to keep them under control.
You got to send one more.
Exactly. But, we're really hyped, and we have a lot of things to keep bringing to the community.
Awesome. That's really cool.
There's, I mean, you just said it. It's the anniversary of Honor, and of course, it is at the same time as another holiday, Valentine's Day. But we all know in our hearts that it's For Honor Day during Valentine's Day.
For Honor
Yeah.
Day.
So to celebrate this, log in between February 12 and February 19 to get a battle outfit and an ornament just by logging in. So there's no reason not to do so. But also, we love free stuff, and we have the Lunar New Year, which we have a Woolen hero and we have the Lunar New Year. So log in February 17 to March 13 to get a super cool mythic outfit. It's the Horse Fire year this year.
Nice.
So Horse Fire, I think it's pretty neat.
Horse fire.
I mean, there's nothing to not like about this.
No, you got the horse. You got it's
And
on
you have
fire.
So I think it's pretty neat.
I'm down with all of that too. So look, listen, folks, we have a lot to cover today, so we're going to give you a quick rundown of what you can expect on the show. So first up, again, it's Year 9, Season 4, Title Update 2. We are going to be talking about the season details, so all of the cool lore and everything going on behind the scenes there. Then we are going to jump into the Juren gameplay segment, so you're going to have some people you probably recognize coming on and showing all the amazing gameplay and mechanics and feats and everything about the hero, so that's really cool. After that, we're going to do an art and animation segment for the hero, so you're going to see everything that makes the character look and feel and just look amazing. We have another segment to talk about all the music in Year 9, and we'll have some special guests too that you might recognize as well, so really excited for that. And then on top of that, we have a show match with, as Zahara said, we have some VIPs visiting us here this week, and so you're going to see a show match with between them, and it's going to be super cool, high-level gameplay. And then after that, patch notes. So we'll talk about what to expect. And we're going to wrap things up at the community corner with our community team, who's also here with us this week, too. So it's going to be a huge show. It's going to be a ton to cover. We're super excited for it.
And to celebrate the launch of our new hero, Juren,
again.
we're having a free week from January 29th to February 5th. So don't forget to invite your friends so you can share the love.
Share the love.
And the
yes.
executions.
Nothing
All the
says I love you like an axe to the face.
That's what we believe in.
New T-shirts for next year. We got this.
Yes. And up next, we have our details segment. But right before, let's check out the gameplay trailer. See you guys soon.
I was betrayed once. Used as a pawn in a game of would-be rulers. Hunted down like a stray dog. But I am no mere beast. I have walked through fire. Swam in oceans of blood. I am the herald of chaos. Undeniable. Unstoppable. And you are all but insects. Waiting to be crushed. Soon, all will come to know the only good ruler is a dead one.
I'm doing it.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I'm glad we did that
we
on the fly. I'm
tried.
so happy. Hey, what is up? Welcome back, Warriors. We are back with our amazing narrative Gain with us, and you are a Gain now. I think that's what I've heard. So
We're always
welcome back.
winners,
That's what
so
they call us in
Gain
the
winners.
streets.
Yes.
That's what they call you in the streets.
Yeah, I
Just
guess.
snapping in there. You
Yeah,
got it.
yeah.
I like
Gosh.
it. I like it. But yeah, that's great. So we are so excited because again, we're almost done with year 9, but we have again year 10 coming up ahead of us. But just to recap, let's take a look at the seasonal roadmap for Year 9 Season 4 Title Update 2. So we are going to be releasing starting next week our brand new hero. You just saw the gameplay trailer, JUREN, start launching on January 29th. So we have new seasonal weapons that are going to launch as well. Starter Dominion is coming back for a second time. As a reminder, it's a really introductory chance to play Dominion. You'll bring your friends, bring people new to the game that you want to teach in a really friendly fashion, so that'll be great. We have Triple Threat 1v1. The signups are open right now, so jump on those because the Open Qualifier 1 begins on February 14th. And don't forget, we talked about the For Honor anniversary also on the February 14th. And this season 2, we have 3 new Hero Fests coming up for Griffin, Kyoshin, and Gladiator, and a throwback event, Last Hero Standing, launching on February 26th. So that is a lot. It's going to be a really packed title update. Really excited for that. But now we need to know more. I need to know more about this amazing giant Juren man back here. So please, what can you tell me about this newest hero to For Honor?
Well, you might remember if you follow the lore orders, you might remember that we kind of hinted at some elements. So you might see it on the screen. There was one lore order in particular that was talking about the general situation in TU1. You had 2 characters, 2 hero skins, General J, the devious Janu or cunning Janu, and you had Prince Yi, the Tiandi, and they were fighting in a new map, Chang Pass, for a symbol of Wulin legitimacy and imperial seal. They were trying to retrieve it. But it had got into kind of a stalemate. And who would win? Well, General Joe is not the kind of man that lets anything to chance. He had a plan. He had an ace up his sleeve, and his ace was Juren. He wanted to unleash this former core, elite core of the Wulin army on Prince Yi to win the battle once and for all. He knew that the Juren are a bit uncontrollable. They are wild beasts. But he's a strategist. He would know the moment that they would betray, and just before he would put in his betrayal, Sure. The problem is, General J is a great chess player or Go player, I guess. But he had not accounted for the Juren simply flipping the table. They don't play the game. They're not into that. Oh, yes, breaking everything. They're not about that. They're about chaos.
Nice.
And so you've seen it. Juren arrived. He did fight Prince Yi, but also General J and their forces. And the snake has been outmaneuvered.
Oh, nice. Now, very cool. Now, listen, we've had these teasers up for a little bit too now, and I've heard a certain name kind of be passed around the interwebs, as it were. Some people have said the word Lubu a couple times. How does that kind of relate to what we're seeing here?
Never heard that name.
Never heard?
No,
I don't know where I'm getting.
Of course,
it
it's not.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Of course, it's not.
Okay.
We told you in TU1 that we were getting some inspiration from a very important book in Chinese literature called the Romance of the Three Kingdoms, and Lu Bu is one of the main characters in this series of books. He is the best warrior in a generation of heroes. He's also a betrayer. That's a really important element. He's someone who thinks short term and is always jumping from one alliance to another. So we did take some inspiration from that, but it is important to say that when we create something, we take inspiration, but it is a starting point, and then we end somewhere else. So from there and many other elements, the different departments came together and chose 3 keywords that we all tried in the different departments to bring in different ways. These 3 keywords are fearless, untrustworthy, and chaotic. And you'll see that on our side, this is what has inspired his background and his motivations.
Nice. Sounds cool. Nice. So then, as far as his background in the game, Ian, what can you tell us about that?
Yeah, absolutely. So our main Juren, which you can see here, is called Bayan. Happy accident that I named Ian. This was not planned. It happened. All right, let's move on.
It was.
Yeah.
Sure,
Not
okay.
seen that.
So yeah, he and his Juren, as Raf quickly mentioned, they used to serve the Woolen Empire. They used to answer to Emperor Gaole, which is a name we haven't heard in some while, but here we are bringing it back. Yeah. So yeah, he used to serve under him. The Jurens were likened to sleeping giants, so they weren't deployed often, but when they were deployed, when the need for destruction and annihilation was the intended outcome. This went on for a while, but they eventually grew kind of dangerous to the emperor's grasp on the throne. So eventually, he decided they had outlived their youthfulness. So he sent them out on a mission they were never supposed to win. So it was a trap. Most of the Jurens were killed, but some of them survived, and chief among them was, of course, Bayan. He made it out, and interestingly, he wasn't necessarily angry at the emperor or feeling betrayed. He learned an important lesson, and that lesson was he can only trust himself. They can never answer to anybody. No kings, no rulers, no emperors. It's only their rule, nothing else. So that's what he made it. He made this kind of his mission statement. So for a while, he roamed the Woolen lands on the lookout for anybody who would be trying to unite the Woolen, trying to rise above the rest, trying to rule over people, and he would just show up with his guys and just lay waste to this person or would-be ruler, essentially. And that's exactly what he's going to do in Chang Pass, because now we have both Ji and Ye. Je and Yi. I messed those up. Yeah, that's right. They're both fighting for the Imperial Seal. They're essentially, he sees them as two dogs fighting over a bone. He has no interest in either of them. So yes, he answers Ji's call, but he never intended to really listen to him. So he fights both Yi's forces and Je's forces, lays waste to both of them, takes the seal, this J thing, and just breaks it, declaring there will be no rulers, there will be no unity, only his chaos. That's the gist of our character. We're really excited about it. Also, for the first time, we have a short story for a hero, which I'm really excited about. So check it out next week on the website. The Storm. There might be a character we haven't seen in a while make a comeback here. So I'm looking forward to seeing what people think about that.
That's awesome. Super good. Can't wait to read it. You know me. I love me some lore in our game, so really looking forward.
I think you're a number one fan, so
I am the number one lore fan. Yes.
Well,
Unofficially,
minus 35, so you'll probably be in your house and wanting something to read.
I know how to pass the time next week, so it's gonna be good. In between playing him, of course, because that's gonna be number one. So very cool. So yeah, folks, and we even got some fun things to show you here. We're gonna have some in-game realization next week when he is. You can see him on the landing page there. He looks awesome. He's there. He's obviously set fire to Chain Pass. He's broken the bell, and I believe that is the Shattered Imperial Seal.
Oh,
back
yes.
there? Yes.
Shattered Imperial Seal, Shattered Empire, only Chaos will reign.
Only Chaos. Cool. And he's bringing for the first time, excuse me, some Woolen minions. So that's really cool too. So they'll be present soon. Nice. So that's that is a lot. So we have JUREN'S Chaos event, which will be taking place starting next week with the launch of the title update from January 29th through the 19th. So check that out. We're going to have, here's a quick sneak peek of some of the weapons you're going to be able to loot from there. So it's very cool. I see some lots of golds, lots of
flames,
Three-legged
Chinese,
crows.
three-legged crow is an imperial mythological symbol in China. So different inspirations once again.
Nice. We're tying it all together. I like it. I like it.
Fine.
So yeah, very cool. Very excited. A lot to look forward to for that. Guys, any last thoughts on that you want to share? Like, what does this mean for the world of Heathmore?
Well, it's the end of the year, and soon we're excited that we can finally say that we'll soon enter into another year. So what does that mean for Heathmore? Well, Guljin has been trying to establish peace. She thought that she would manage with General Zhe to extend that peace and to pacify and unify the Wulin.
Twisted peace, let's be
Yeah, twisted peace, to be honest, but still peace.
Peace in air quotes, yeah.
But I guess it won't happen now. So what will she do? How will others react? You'll see that in years then.
Yeah, Juren showed carved the chink in the armor, and now people are noticing that the Hatuns may not be all that triumphant after all.
Gotcha. All right. Well, super cool. Well, looking forward to that. Can't wait to see how the story plays out in our next year, and really excited for the arrival of Juren next week. So, folks, listen, we hope you're excited about that, and don't go anywhere because coming up next, we have a segment you are not going to want to miss. It is the gameplay deep dive where we're going to talk all about the moveset, the feats, and everything that make this character so much fun to play. So, thank you, Raph, thank you, Ian, for being here. And again, folks, do not go anywhere because coming up next, between this, you're going to get a full event weapon gallery video, so that'll be a lot of fun. See all the cool weapons that you'll be able to loot next week. So, we'll see you soon. Don't go nowhere. Welcome back, Warriors! We are so excited to be here to go into this deep dive on the gameplay for our newest hero, Juren. We want to remind everybody here that the character will go live next week on January 29th. So that's next Thursday. So you got a week, so take this time now to get hyped, get excited, because it's going to be incredible. So, first of all, joined on the couch today to talk about this amazing new hero, we have the Lord and Savior JC is back. Welcome, JC.
Thank you for having me. The ritual was completed.
That's right.
I was summoned. I just spontaneously appeared here.
I
get people in chat. They kind of they have to chant my name just enough that I can teleport here. So that's great.
We hope they do, because if they ever stop, we don't know what'll happen.
Exactly right.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna get stuck somewhere.
You'll just be stuck. Yeah. well, we're so glad you're here to talk about this. Welcome, JC, and again, Will joining us back on the couch. Welcome, Will. How are you?
Thank you. I'm super good. Always a pleasure to be there. But I don't have my summoning yet.
Yeah, it'll come. It'll come.
You got to work. It'll build up to it.
It'll build up to it. It'll be good.
It'll be good. Well, super cool. Well, again, JC, we know that this is the part of the show where people are going to get their first kind of glimpse on the actual mechanics. So, what can you tell us about this new hero?
Yeah. So, I'll start with a little bit of a tidbit of how we make heroes and what we start with, right? Sometimes we start with weapons. Sometimes we start with different things. One of the things that we do very, very early on is define what we call core pillars for the hero, right? What kind of keywords are we looking for, and to that can get represented in various aspects, right? Whether it's in gameplay, it's in animation, it's in lore, all that sort of stuff. And so the three keywords that we have are fearless. Clearly, this hero is quite fearless. He's also quite untrustworthy, as Raph has discussed.
Right.
And he's also extremely chaotic. So as we go through the hero's kit and the feats and how all that kind of works, first you'll see why you can't pursue him, because quite clearly you can't pursue this guy. But also how these pillars are manifested throughout the kit, right? So I want to give a bit of a behind the scenes look as to how it kind of works to make stuff really interesting, and it helps you kind of set the scene a bit.
So
right? Nice. So you want to get started, Will?
Yes, let's start up. Hello. So here's Titan in gameplay. So for the first pillar that we mentioned for us in gameplay is the chaotic aspect. So the chaotic aspect here, we try something a bit new, JC.
Yeah, it's a little bit different.
So it's a new input scheme that we are trying here. It's what we call the tap and hold scheme. So what it means, basically for every move, I can either tap the button, like that, or I can hold the button. And that's a different outcome.
Yeah, so that it's super interesting because we've had charge attacks in the past, right? There's some heroes that can charge stuff. Either you can infinitely charge, with Conqueror, or you can just charge with Shigoki or Hitokiri, and you get a big charge that goes at the end. This is not a charge. To be really, really, really clear, these are alternate moves. So if you're holding a button, if you're holding light or if you're holding heavy while you're performing the move, you perform the alternate version of that move that has different timings, different properties. So for the chaotic element, right, it creates a lot of moments where normally you're are they going to throw a light, a heavy, a bash? What's going to happen? Now are they going to tap light or hold light? Are they going to tap heavy or hold heavy? And how does that kind of translate into the kit? It makes for a very chaotic experience fighting him, but also fighting as him, because you have a lot of choices. We kind of double the amount of choices that you have literally everywhere in the kit. So it's super cool. So you want to show us a little bit of how that kind of works and what it affects, right?
Absolutely. So first off, with this special mechanic, we implement this on every button of the character. So that means light, means heavy, so zone attack too, but also dodge and guard break.
Wow.
So that's a bit new.
That's crazy, right? So we've never really had hold guard break. We'll have some stuff with Hitokiri, for example, but never that extent. But on dodge, though, I wonder what that does.
Oh,
I really don't
see
know.
that later.
I'm brand new here. I've never been here, so I'm kind of curious. But give us a bit of an idea of what you can do with those moves. Start with your chains, for example.
Yes, absolutely. So, for example, this is a regular, in a way, infinite chain character. So I can infinitely press light, heavy, and as you can see, I can go infinitely. But if that's only work with the tap move. So only if I tap the button, I can go infinitely. If at any point I decide to hold a button, I will end my chain. And that work not only with chain attacks, that work also with openers. So for example, here I get my heavy tap. If I heavy hold, I cannot chain after that.
You got a nice little pin there that kind of helps do some shenanigans.
Yes.
But it's pretty cool, right? So that happens on lights and heavies. I guess you have different properties, right? Like I was mentioning. So what happens if you hold the light, for example?
So if I hold the light there, for example, boom, I got a bigger swing. And that's an important point. Every press and hold have different trajectory. So for the press attack, the tap, it's only pokes. So it's going to be there for all the kit. It's only going to be pokes. And when I hold the move, it's going to be a big swing with a big and wide trajectory.
Yeah. So that's a really important aspect, right? Because a lot of our heroes, when we build them, we kind of have to make decisions. Are they going to poke? Are they going to slash? And often enough, we want them to have big swings because you want to hit people externally. But then when you're constantly just doing huge swings, it can get really, really strong in group fights. But it also can get kind of annoying, right? There's a wall nearby, you're going to hit the wall, you're going to hit different things. So, and you have a lot less risk of hitting your allies as well when you have pokes. So that helps. It also makes it a lot easier to differentiate when you're playing against a Juren to go, you know what? Now he's stopping because I saw a slash, or now he can continue because I saw a poke. So there's those two aspects of it, right? To make the hero a little bit more readable when you're fighting against them, to have a bit more of an idea of what could be coming, but also to give, as a player, full control over, do I want to have big trajectories? Do I want to be able to hit people externally, or do I want to just poke my opponent? Yeah. So it makes for a really interesting and dynamic gameplay there.
Nice. Absolutely. So now I think we can go through all the different moves.
Yeah, of course.
So as we see, we got the light poke opener, we got the heavy one for the light hold when we hold the button. I cannot chain, but it's slower light with armor, but it's easier to parry them. For the heavy one, it's same timing, heavy, but wider trajectory, get armor and pin. That's pretty cool. And as you can see, there's a little movement at the end. I can push the enemy. And that's pretty cool because with that little movement, I can actually ledge people.
Yeah, that's kind of cool, right? Nice. And what's interesting too, a little bit of thing that you mentioned, but just to make it clearer, when you're holding a light, it's a little bit slower, right?
Yes.
So that's also meant to mess up parry timing. So that, if you're some people that we know that just parry everything on red and they're like, hey, I can do whatever I want. It's a bit harder to parry this guy because, again, you don't know if it's going to be a tapped or a held version really early on. So that makes a big difference. And as we're going to have the art segment a little bit later, they'll tell you, I think, at least a little bit about the tech that we had to build to make these moves impossible to kind of distinguish from each other when whether you're tapping or holding. So it's really awesome that we're able to build that sort of stuff to help the hero be more competitively viable as well.
Nice.
So what about chains, right? So what do you get when you're in chains?
When I'm in chains, so I got, as we see, some light stroke that can go further. That's pretty cool. But if I hold the button, it's a wide arc, undodgeable. Light into light, for example, boom,
yes,
undodgeable.
Right? So if you hold your light in chains, it's undodgeable.
Exactly.
And that applies for every single light when you're in chains, right? When you hold it.
Exactly.
So no matter how deep you're in your
yes,
chain,
absolutely.
If you hold light, it's always going to be undodgeable.
Yes.
Right. So what about heavies?
And about heavies, we got our chain heavies. So regular poke, I get armor on each one of them, so I can continue trading here. But at some point, if I want to mix up, I can hold the button and get a big unblockable there.
Yeah, that's cool, right? And I think so. We have to have kind of bashes in this hero, right? In chains.
Absolutely.
Right? So how does that work?
So the bashes, I'm gonna start with the dodge forward bashes for this character. So we get 2 again, like every move. So we can dodge forward bash. That's a classic one. You can get a light out of it and start your pressure. And the second one, it's a big kick and a slower one.
So the point there as well is it's kind of interesting because you have a bit of a built-in mix-up. Because if I early dodge the tapped version, I get hit by the hold version. So it's kind of interesting. It already kind of builds up that mix-up there. I know we've had a lot of people ask, we should try to do things like this. Here it is. That's awesome, right? That's cool. What about in chains?
In chains, the bash is a little bit different for totally different purposes. So the first one is the tap version. It's a big and long pin, and as you can see, I can just chain after that. So that's pretty cool. Boom.
Oh, that's cool. Nice. And just as a, I don't like to spoil things, but I like to spoil things. There might be something about that specific pin that will be talked about in the animation segment. There's something really cool with that.
We are very subtle here.
Stay tuned.
I like it, yeah.
Listen to the amazing people that are going to be coming up after
Little
us, 'cause
surprise.
there's something super cool there.
Yeah.
And then when you hold the button, it's a big push.
Yeah, a big push, right?
So this big push is pretty interesting because it pushes far away. I can, of course, wall splat people, and is really positioning dependent. So I want to use this move. Is there an opponent behind? If there's a wall behind? Is there something to wall bounce, basically?
That's pretty cool. Well, you have dodge attacks as well, right? That kind of covers the basic chain kit and the openers and stuff.
Absolutely.
So what about dodge attacks?
So for dodge attacks, again, classic poke. This is on heavy button, on all three direction. It's pokes. If I want to hold the button, again, big swing, and unblockable big attack.
Yeah, and so those attacks as well, they have extended dodge. So kind of like what you have with JJ, with Warmonger, that sort of stuff. But again, what's really interesting here is that they have extended dodge, they hit later, but they have the higher garbage vulnerability. However, you know when you're playing against a Warmonger,
I do.
and you're like, you know what, I think she's going to dodge attack, you always can just feint the guard break and you'll always catch her because of the garbage vulnerability and how it kind of works, right? With this hero, you can do that against the held one, but the tapped one is a regular dodge attack that has less guard break vulnerability. So again, it makes that move a little bit safer to use, because then your opponent has to guess: do they want to do a big unblockable rather, or do they just want to poke and keep going into chain? So you have to be able to read your opponent a little bit more to get into what you want to go.
Nice.
You get it also on front dodge, right?
Exactly. I got the same on front dodge, so it's the exact same move.
All right.
And after that, we got the zone attack.
Yeah, zone attack, right?
So zone attack
Big
is
one.
pretty cool, pretty cool. The normal zone, it's not a poke. I reassure you right now, it's a normal
It's a zone attack.
It's a classic zone
Yeah,
attack.
kind of doing poke zones, it doesn't quite work.
Yeah, doesn't make sense.
Not that we haven't tried at certain points, but it
We have
never really
tried.
works.
And for the old version,
Yeah.
it's this one.
Right, so that's that. So that's a really big one. It's unblockable. It looked really slow too.
It looks really slow, and that's for a good reason. So first off, as you can see, unblockable, and also the armor kicks in super early. So if you can attack him, for example. Go on top though. Again.
A little heavy. All right, there you go. Right.
I got some armor pretty early on.
Yeah.
And the idea is for this move to be a trading tool.
Yeah.
So as you can see, it's really slow. And the cool aspect about this move is that it's unfeintable.
Yep.
So it's a first.
If I
slow
see it,
move.
if I see it, and I'm ready for it.
Oh yeah, it's a free parry.
It's a free parry. I know if I'm gonna go for parry there, yeah, I'm not that good there. But right, so it's a free parry, and on top of it, it's like if you're trying to go, hey, you know what? I'm gonna like hold zone on red. I can heavy feint, and then I kind of win it, right? So I can bait it out and win be able to win the trade there. So it's kind of interesting because it's a really interesting like trading tool. It's super unsafe. It's very rare that we have these kinds of moves in front. It's something kind of new that we're trying, but which are moves that are extremely commitful, right? When you're playing traditional fighting games, a lot of the time you have moves that you have to really commit to. This is one of those aspects where you're trying to do stuff, but it's also extremely powerful, hits all around you, deals a bunch of damage. It's super insane, and it's really interesting. You can also kind of like use it in chains, right? If I'm there and I'm spamming lights.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm spamming lights. Let's go, right?
My bad. Spam light.
You can kind of do it.
Oh, I pressed the wrong one.
It's okay. Boom. So that went where? So, but even with when I'm spamming light, if I kind of see you doing it, I can stop spamming, parry, dodge, do whatever I need to.
Oh yeah, you have a lot of time.
Yeah, and it works really well. So you have to be careful when you use it. Make sure you use it in the right situations. It's a super powerful tool, but it's also a very risky tool.
Yes.
We have sprint attacks, like running attacks.
We got some
Also a
sprint
little bit
attacks
different.
too, so that's affected by the press and hold too. So we got the poke for the tap version, and for the old one, boom! It's a big splash on the ground.
And I don't know if you've noticed, there's like a bit of a circle where it
I saw a
lands.
little
There's like,
shockwave,
there's a bit of a shockwave and stuff. So this is also something new with this hero, right? It fits in with the fantasy quite well, but it actually is an AoE in minions but only for minions. So you can kill multiple minions with a single running attack with this move. Super cool, fits super well. This giant weapon, this dude is like, crazy beast, so that's it. I think the one thing we haven't seen yet, right, is guard break. Because I'm really curious, like, what happens when tap guard break is probably the same as usual, right?
Absolutely. The tap guard break is the regular one. I can throw you, I can attack you, because it's a tap version, so I can chain, of course. But for the old version, I cannot chain, and...
Oh, that's cool, right? So yeah, big choke slam, slides on the floor, deals a bit of damage. You also heal yourself a little bit while you do it.
I'm healing myself.
Cool.
So I deal some damage, healing a bit myself. It's not the same purpose as the classic guard break, but it's useful for certain situations. And with this little slide, you can also ledge people again.
That's what I wanted to hear.
I can't see chat right now. I'm sure there's people going, oh my god, it says a cleanse. It doesn't cleanse. So don't worry about it. It doesn't cleanse. So you're good to go there. I remember seeing a bunch of people also, like when we revealed when like some of the things happened on the internet.
Little
people were
teasers
asking
that
for
we don't
choke
know.
slams, that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
We read your mind and put it in preemptively.
We did.
So it's awesome there.
Playing 3D chess over here.
Yeah. So that kind of fits it for the chaotic aspect, right? So, but what about the fearless aspect of this hero? Because we want to have a hero that we want to feel that he has no fear. He's not really worried about anything. So how does that translate to the hero skill?
Absolutely. So for the fearless aspect, we have a special move. That is this one.
Get that on myself there, right?
Nice.
Look how fearless this dude is. But so clearly that's it's a full block, but it's a little bit different, right?
Yes. As you can see, I spamming light on you, but I can still continue. There's no super blocking with this stance.
Yeah. So basically, every single attack against this that can be blocked is enhanced, including lights that are normally not enhanced, so you don't bounce off of it. The other thing that's interesting too is that you can get unblockables against it, you can get bashed against it, you can GB'd against it, all the regular stuff there. But what's also interesting with this is that it's really built to be a low risk, low reward move, right? So there's something really, really different with how the block is activated. I don't know if you want to walk us through this a little bit.
Yeah, so basically the block with this down stance activate at the same timing as when you switch stance. So basically when you are taking a hit, after that you can still switch stance to block the next incoming hit. In general, with the down stance, it's slower, a lot slower to not full block and punish something. There it's the same timing, but don't worry, you don't have like punishes after that.
Yeah, so that's the low reward part I'm talking about, right? So first of all, like all lights are enhanced against it, so your opponent can still keep going and attacking and stuff. But also, the vast majority of our full blocks like this give you a reward once you manage to block. You get a big strike out of it or anything. Not with this one. So the purpose of this specifically is that you can use it in chains. So you can start attacking me like crazy, right? I'm like, oh no, he's light spamming me. I can't do anything. Actually, I can. And I just hold down. So I keep it. So it's really, really good. It works. Anything that would be blockable when you're switching your stance, when you're blocking different directions, this can block.
Gotcha.
So if you're playing against, your favorite hero, Nusha.
That's girl Nusha.
And they're like, they're doing a bunch of 400 MS lights. You can actually deal with it, but you won't get out on top with it because again these attacks will be enhanced. So you're not like, it just helps you turn the tide just enough that you take only a little bit of chip damage, and it kind of works out really well. And so it's a full block, right? So most of our full blocks can be used as recovery cancel and kind of like little soft feints, right? So how does that work with this one?
Exactly, so here it's the same. So we got the heavy, I can soft feint them, I can recovery cancel them, and we actually built something really cool with this one to try to get some frame advantage for the more high level players. So basically, with every old move, you got a quicker access to this down stance at the end. So this is the regular access. If I hold my down stance, it's a little bit quicker on the old attacks. So that means, for example, here, I'm gonna be able to attack faster than if I just wait for my classic recovery.
Yeah. So a lot of the times, like when we're building heroes, when we're doing that sort of stuff, right, we have rules that we have for ourselves where, depending if the hit that you're doing is a light or medium or a heavy hit reaction, there's specific frame advantages that you get, right? So like, for example, if you get hit by a heavy hit reaction move, typically you recover 300 milliseconds before your opponent. So it gives you like a significant advantage. If you're using this, you recover just a little bit more, so you have just a tiny bit more that from advantage, but that opens up extra options that you normally wouldn't have. That makes them a little bit safer, lets you push your offense a little bit more. There's a stamina cost involved though, so whenever you hit that full block, it costs you a bit of stam. So there's a trade-off to be able to amp up your firm advantage, but it really helps and it really pushes that aspect even further with this here, which is super cool.
Gotcha. It's amazing.
Yeah.
And we got another move that benefits from this down stance.
Because we talked about it before, right? So
Exactly.
the one thing that we hadn't shown yet in the kit is hold dodge. Because why would you want to hold dodge?
Because you put press and hold on everything,
Right.
including dodge.
Including dodge, right? So except for back dodge, you get a full block if you side or front dodge while holding dodge. You can't attack while you're doing it.
Exactly.
Right? So it's
There's no dodge attack out of
there's
it.
no dodge attack out of it or anything, but you do get the same full block. It's really interesting because it's a really, really, really strong repositioning tool in group fights. Makes you really safe to go. But again, the trade-off is, well, you can't attack out of it, so it's good to reposition and it's good to make things safe. And it's also really good against orange-blue mix-ups, right?
Exactly. Like try to do a light bash.
All right, I'm gonna do light bash.
I dodge it. Light and dodgeable. Oh, I blocked
it, right? So it's interesting because it does give you this, but at the same time, if I read it, I'll do it against you again. So just dodge after my first fight, right? I can do
Exactly.
and I can do feint to Garbage to beat it because it has full Garbage vulnerability the whole time. So again, it's about reads, it's about how you control the fight, what options do you need when you need them, and how it kind of forms together to make this beast of a guy into a super powerful hero.
That's super awesome. And yeah, I mean, I think looking at all of this, like what you're showing here, and it maybe feels like a lot. Maybe to you players, you warriors at home kind of watching this, maybe this feels like a lot. But like the way that this has been designed, and it's a lot of careful work and meticulous work by the game design team, is that this character is feels good to play. Like all of this just works. The buttons work, and it's really easy to just kind of put these strings together, make your decisions on this, and it just feels great to use.
It's amazing. And then so that was okay. So that's great. So that was two of our pillars.
That's right. Yeah,
we had fearless and we had chaotic.
Exactly.
So untrustworthy is more about feats.
Exactly.
Right? So we have a couple of videos.
How do you make untrustworthy?
Yeah, right. So that's the thing, because you want to be untrustworthy with feats. How do you do this, Will?
That's right. Yeah.
Well, let's show them. Max can kind of cue him up. Max, let's go. There we go. Right. So walk us through the feats, Will.
Feat 1, expendable. So as you can see, it's a reverse body count. So I can currently kill my own minion because they are just expendables, they are just meat for me to heal on them, so heal and stamina. But it's actually better numbers than body count.
Yeah. So it's really interesting here because again, it's a really great way to showcase the untrustworthy aspect of this, right? And killing your own minions is not something that you really want to do that much.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's interesting because what it makes you do is, let's say you go into the mid lane, right? You're clearing out your opponent's minions, or you're fighting against somebody. You lost a bunch of health. There's two things you can do now with Juren. You can either rotate back to one of your points, heal up, and then come back in or do whatever you want. Or, you know what? There's free healing behind me. I'll just turn around and just go kill some of my guys. Because they're expendable, right? It's the pure expression of... this hero, one of the things that we wanted to build around is the fact that other people are teaming up with him knowing that they will be affected negatively by what he does, but he will win them the battle, so they're willing to accept the little bit of negative aspects that are coming with it, right?
Acceptable losses.
Yeah, acceptable losses, right? That's also shown in feat number 2, for example.
Oh, okay.
Let's go to
this
feat
one?
2. So, no friend of mine. So basically what I'm doing right now is revealing all my allies in the map. So all my 3 allies are revealed, and when they died, I get a shield. So that's really useful. I need to use it at the right moment to get the shield, and also the shield can stack. So that's pretty cool.
They really are no friend of yours. But
yes.
It's kind of reverse scout. It's literally almost like a reverse scout, but he benefits from his allies dying. You have to time it properly. It's not a passive. So if you're looking, if you have like that amazing bit of UI on top of your screen that can tell you how much health your team has, if you see people at low health, you can pop it. If they die, you get a shield, which is awesome. And then that's how you can kind of deal with the downside, right? So if you time it properly, if things are happening right, yeah, they get revealed, but it's not that bad because they're about to die anyway, and you're gonna benefit from it, so it's all good.
Acceptable losses.
Exactly. Again, acceptable losses.
That's the whole character on the feat.
And that carries through the feat 3 as well, which is like one of the most interesting ones I find.
This is
Yes, so feat 3, last man standing. So here, you really want to be the last man standing in every scenarios. Basically, you see the TND here killing all of my team, and I get different buffs from it. So basically, when an allies die, I get a buff. If a second one die, I get a second one, and if all 3 are dead, I get 3 different kind of buffs.
Right,
so as you can see, first kill I get an attack buff, second kill a defense buff, and third kill I get a life leech.
This is really strong, right? So you can imagine like a lot of situations where this is useful. Your team isn't breaking, all your allies are dead, you become a god amongst men. You're super strong. You're like, you know what, like. You're Juren, you're the inspiration for all of that stuff. Don't ever pursue it in that way.
We're not doing
But that's the thing, right? It's you get stronger and stronger and stronger. The other thing that I find that makes this feat super interesting is it's almost kind of like a bit of a carry feat where if you have teammates that are not as good as you, or that you're training, you're getting them to come up with you and you're trying to win with them, and they're not as experienced, you still benefit from them dying. And the buffs are significant enough that it can really turn the tide of a battle really easily.
Yeah.
It's super interesting to have that sort of stuff. And again, it's very selfish onto him. And there's ways to counter it. Just kill him first, right?
Yeah.
Well, good luck, but kill him first, and that's kind of how it works.
And also the buffs are only active while your allies are dead. As
Yeah.
soon as they respawn, then like you lose the buffs for however many have respawned. So.
Yeah.
Exactly. So you need to have them dead at the same time. If someone respawn, you lose the buff.
Yeah. So let's say you have 3 allies. One of them dies, you get the first one, which is the attack buff. If a second one dies, you're gonna get the shield buff. But then when the first one reses and like respawns, you're going to lose the shield buff. So it kind of always goes in order.
Yeah.
And that's how it kind of happens. So to get life leech, all 3 of them have to be dead.
Yes.
You can even like maybe coordinate with them and just go stay dead for a little while, and do stuff,
Yeah,
and
just
then
don't-
come
don't
back up
respawn
and we'll be good.
But you want to be the last one in breaking every time.
Yeah,
And yeah.
that works well. And then finally, what's our 4th feat?
4 feat, you mentioned it in your speech. God among
God
men.
How did I know this?
So God
Well,
among
because we
men.
rehearsed it, but I don't
As you can see, it's affecting everyone on the map, your allies and your opponents. So right now what it does is applying a defense debuff to everyone. Map-wide, they all gonna take more damage except you.
Except yourself, right? So it's literally your allies will take more damage. But you don't really care, because then if they die, you get buffed up.
Yeah.
And also, if they die and you have your tier 2 up, then you also get shielded, right? So that the synergy we have with all these feats together is really, really cool. Because you can kind of figure out, you know what, like you have to kill him first at the end. Otherwise, he can become an insane machine where everybody else has defense debuffs. He has an attack buff. He has a defense buff. He gets shields, and he's able to just wipe entire teams all by himself. So again, it's like selfish-ish, right? And there's ways to go around it. If your allies are dead and you pop it, it'll only affect enemies. So you don't really care. If they pop up after, right? So you can coordinate, you can do all these sorts of things. So there's a lot of decision, there's a lot of strategy and thinking behind when do I use these feats, how do I pop them, how to maximize their outputs so that you minimize the impact on your allies while still maximizing the effects that you get for yourself. So it's super cool.
Wow.
Exactly.
So that is pretty nuts. Looks super fun. Really excited about this. So thank you, JC. Thank you, Will, so much for walking us through all of this with this character. Before we kind of move on, like JC, what do you think the role of Juren is going to be now in the meta of For Honor?
So for me, when I look at this hero, I see a bit of a mix between like JJ and I'm not even sure who else. Like maybe like somebody that has more like infinite chains and stuff. But the idea here is like it's a very, very versatile hero, right? He's able to hit people externally. He's able to duel. He has like a bunch of different tools that you have to use in a smart way. So I think there's a good chance he's gonna be part of like competitive rotations. partially because he's super fun to play, but also because like the strength level and the synergy that you can have with your allies and the comeback potentials. A lot of players are going to be able to master these and then be able to like maximize everything you get out of it. So I'm really excited to see. We're gonna have a little bit of a match later, so I can't wait to see the performance players are gonna have with those. It's gonna be really awesome.
It's gonna be awesome. Well, very cool. Will, any shout outs you wanna say to the audience out there?
So quickly, a big shout out to every team that worked on this hero. They all did an amazing job. That was awesome to work with them. And a special shout out to Sébastien that worked on me on this character, another designer. It was a pleasure to work on this one.
Yes. Absolutely.
Awesome. I want to take time to like really like thank all of our teams again, like you were mentioning, right? The animation team did an amazing job. Art is phenomenal. But one team that we don't often mention enough is the audio team. They did a crazy job with this.
Yes.
You'll see Carl a little bit later. But we also have like other members of the team, like Olivia, that worked on this hero. It's super challenging. Like a hero that has like double the amount of attacks, that has everything is unique, custom made. You have like the right audio, the right sound, the right swooshes. Everything kind of works really well. But it's through their tireless work. And so I really want to thank them because it's not an easy job. It's super complicated to get it right. And I think they did an amazing job with this hero. So it's a real pleasure to play and to hear the hero and like you feel the strength behind everything. You feel the power. It's super cool.
Amazing. It's 100%. So very cool. So folks, we hope you're excited for this. We hope you're excited to get your hands on this.
I am.
I am too. I'm really looking forward to playing this next week. So again, reminder, Juren will go live next week, January 29th. So be on the lookout for that. So we're excited though, because the next segment, we've alluded to it. You've gotten to see some of it, but we are going to take a deeper dive now into the animation and the art and everything that went into building this character and making him look as good as he looks, because he looks pretty darn good, if I do say so myself. So we have that coming up next. But stick around because in between we're going to show off all of the cool weapons and all the weapons you're going to weapons. All the cool weapons you're going to be able to loot for Juren. So take a look at that and don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
to talk about the art and the animation of the new hero, Juren. We have Alex, Kiara, Anik, and Nawel. How are you guys doing?
Amazing.
Great. It's so cool.
So happy to be here.
I'm so happy that we're showcasing like the hero. It's fantastic. We see it in the chat. People, they love a lot about him. So we're gonna talk about this. Alex, a lot of work went into the art.
Yeah, very much so. I mean, it was a challenge to take this iconic inspiration and translate it into the hero Juren, who really fits our game, fits our world. And we're really proud of what we created. All the variations that are there, from his armor sets to his facial hair.
To his facial hair, yeah, that's good. Kiara, can you tell more about this?
Absolutely. So my job as a texture artist is really to translate the character's personality into his clothing. And we can really see that in all of the variations that we did, particularly in his feathers. We used peacock and pheasant feathers for some of his set, which is really a symbol of power and royalty historically, and it shows a little bit of that about him. They're very colorful too. He's a flamboyant and very boisterous type of character. So adding color through the feathers that the character has adds to that. Also, it's multi-layered, and all we know, as you've seen on a peacock, when the peacock has its feathers out, it really looks bigger and more imposing, which again adds to his personality. Another part of the armor that's super important that we want to show is that it's clean, which usually, all we know, For Honor, we love dirty characters, we love adding the grime and dirt, but this man is a prince. He's royal. He wants to be proud. He wants to show that he has this beautiful, clean armor, but it's used. So, as we can see in the previous image, Max, if you want to show, you can see all the detail of the use in his cape, in the way that the leather is worn, yet he has a nice, clean personality. And I think Anik can talk more about the leather and materials that we used.
Sure. So the main armor set that I worked on was the Pojun armor sets. So this one had a really large surface area for leather, so it was a good opportunity to use one of our new leathers. So this one was actually first used on Virtuosa. So the first leather here in this image is the softer one. So the grain of the leather is larger, there's a lot more folds in it. The second one is a harder leather, so the grain is smaller, it's a little bit shinier. And the third one is not so obvious on the character, but it's used in the first two. So that's anywhere that there's edge damage or wear, that Swede will pop through. For the concept art of the Pojun set, I really liked how the concept artist painted the lighting on the metal.
Yeah.
So it really reminded me of case hardened steel. So that's a heat treatment process. And basically what happens during that process is that the outer layer of metal is hardened, so that makes it more resistant to wear. But the center of the metal still stays softer, so it's more impact resistant. And during that process, the surface of the metal starts getting different colors coming through. So there's a bit of blue, a bit of red, a bit of bronze-ish. So I tried recreating that for this armor set. So depending on which map the players are going to be in and how the lighting hits that armor, you'll be able to see those different hues appear and disappear.
It's crazy to think that you need to know about metal, basically how it's made to apply it on the texture. It shows on the character, looks so great. Thank you for that. I mean, the customization is insane on this character.
Yes. Yeah, there's so many colors that you're able to apply, materials that you're able to apply, different helmets, like I said, different facial hair, and of course, different capes. Like we've got like really ornate, fancy capes that have multiple layers. We have simple capes. We have no cape at all.
We love a cape. Do you love a cape?
Oh, I do love a cape.
I love a cape. I think it
yes.
is.
For days.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, that's great. I mean, and you said facial hair. I mean, everybody noticed is magnificent highbrow.
Oh yes,
I think it's really cool. It's all about the character team like work really hard to make it like very emotional in a way with this highbrow,
Yeah.
right?
We actually used a new technique to really amplify the texture of the expressions of Juren. We want him to look like he's scolding and unimpressed and unhappy with you all the time, even when he has a neutral face. And to do that, we exaggerated the brows, we added darkness around the eyes, we added more forehead lines to really show that he's always angry. And if you know about contouring a little bit in makeup, we use that technique too. So we added darkness around the cheeks, around the jawline, by the base of the skull to really showcase that he's scolding, unhappy with you, just frustrated all the time. And that's just through textures.
It's crazy because it really gives them like a proper look, but really mean at the same time.
Exactly.
It's very cool because as player, I've noticed obviously since Virtuosa, we did a lot of facial animation, and with your help and the help of your team, it's easier on the animation even when we add animation and he's already like this, so we can amplify it and make it even better. That's super great. I mean, it shows a great synergy between the team. And talking about animation, of course, now we have a lot of animation on this character. There's a lot of attack, as we saw previously. But let's start at the top, the weapon.
Yes, I'm going to show you the weapon.
Oh,
just give me a sec.
It's a big one.
Here it is.
I don't even know if it fits on the screen.
Pass it down.
Just to see how pretty long it is.
Yeah.
There we go. So there you
Look
go.
at that. So this is a weapon that we use at mocap?
Yes, and you kind of broke it a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Oh, yeah, we broke it because, we really slammed it on the ground.
All right.
But
Just
yes.
gotta put it there. So yes, to start talking about animation, I would like to maybe talk a little bit more about what I went through during this process, way before I start animating.
Oh.
Because I was, involved really early in the process. So my focus was just not animation, but also the character's identity and also how he's going to move. And it started, during the director's intent presentation. When after that, the inspiration came right away. And I thought about this, iconic character from the anime and manga universe that I love so much. And maybe a pause here to kind of see if those who are watching us can guess who it is.
Okay, so people can guess what was your inspiration.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
we'll send it.
Pretty sure
People
you
can
see
get it
through,
right.
the animation and all. So it goes like that. This character is really arrogant. He is convinced he's the best.
Yes.
He's a proud prince. And he has this massive ego, and this huge appetite for the fight.
Yes.
And I felt like he matched perfectly with the vision we had for this hero. And it also gave me, this clear direction to follow.
So you already know at that point what the animation will look like?
Not yet.
Okay.
I needed to do a little bit more, of the preparation. And for that, I needed, to find maybe some key points to kind of highlight in his animation. And I started with, okay, he's heavy type and he is also agile. So how I'm going to find the balance, yes, between those two. And the second one, his Chinese side. Since he's a woolen character, how I'm going to integrate that into his fight kit. And the third one, of course, his personality, like I mentioned before.
Cannot miss that one.
Yes, totally. And for that, I did a lot of research on different fighting style, movements, what we have already in our game, to do things differently for him and unique. And to end up with this pretty amazing Juren.
That's crazy. A unique aspect, like we spoke before, is the old and press mechanic, which is just tiny little 200 ms that has a huge impact on animation. First time we did that on For Honor, again, it has a major impact on animation because you kind of have to double everything. How did you tackle that?
But first of all, I needed to working. It was hard working on this system. I needed to understand what my game designer want, and for that, I needed a visual image for that, as you can see right there. Also to show that to my motion, to my actors at the motion capture.
Yes.
So I pretty go like that. Just to explain it a little bit, I started with the combat stance. So we have the right, the top, the left.
Right.
And we also have the attack, so opener, chains, finishers.
Yes.
And you kind of see like it pretty double the amount of
Right.
animation, yeah, for each of one. And we needed also to kind of think about, okay, if I do a light opener press, it needs to do like an animation like that. It needs to be a poke, right?
Like a poke because
Yes.
it's a light attack, right?
So, and the fact that we have the same beginning of the animation for also the hold one, so it's pretty hard to like go
From a
like that
poke
to
to
do a
do a
poke, but transform that into a slash.
Oh my
right?
God.
So it was
for every attack. you
every
think about
attack.
this.
Yes, so it was a big challenge here at the moment.
I mean, that it's very cool detail. I think people love seeing the behind the scene a little bit, how we prep for all this work way before we start working. I think it's really good. Do you have a favorite attack that you did?
Oh my God, this guy just, you can't run out of action with this guy, right? I have so many, but I kind of feel like I wanted to talk a little bit more about the embedded animation.
Okay.
So those one, as you can see at the mocap, our actors are far away from each other, right? To not injure themselves,
Of course.
but what it means, it's like those movements as not as intense as we want. And this is the first part of our job, right? To make it feel like it happens for real. And you kind of see like the repositioning of the opponent and work this animation. And when for this kind of animation, you kind of need the right feel of it.
Yes.
Okay. And when you have the right feel, now after that, I can add more flavor to it and play with the camera and also I added more movement to the opponent to feel like, just get out of my way.
It needs to feel good. Yeah, of course. Because when you guys are going to play this move, it feels amazing. Like it looks
Satisfying.
great. But when an animation feels good through the controller, you hit it. You're like, I was there. Like, it's really great. And something GC's like tease a little bit. We did something special only for him. Something we tried for the first time with Juren. Do you want to tell everybody about this?
Yes, of course. So this special feature concerned the JUREN'S bash and chain. So when you trigger it on any character in our game, it's gonna play a certain animation. But when you do it against Ratun,
Ratun?
Yeah, Ratun.
Different animation.
Yeah, as you can see on the mocap, you have the sword of Ratun, and you kind of see a different animation for this. So it was really particular to work on this one because I needed to work both of them at the same time because I have the same constraint for both of them. And it was also super exciting for me because I worked on Ratun before, and now I'm on JUREN, and to have this kind of animation and lore between them to kind of feel
connect them.
Yes, connect them, and it was really
that's
awesome,
so great.
yeah.
So as you said, like it's the same attack, same thing. It's just the realization
needed to
that
fit
it's
in
different. To tell a little story here.
Yes,
I mean we try when we can. I think it's great. Thank you so much. I mean it's insane. I'm so excited for this year. I'm so excited for the hero to release. Thank you everyone for being here. Any shout out that you want to give? Maybe.
Yes,
absolutely. So just want to shout out to all of the character team. So the concept artists, the modelers, the riggers, the team in Chengdu, and our texture artists, of course.
Speaking of texture artists, Aiden, shout out to you. We're thinking about you. Thank you so much.
So thank you, everyone. Thank you so much for coming here. Stay here. The next segment, we got the music segment. And later on, we're getting ready for the show match. That's going to be hot in here. I mean, it's going to be a lot of people. That's going to be fun. So let's check out the full list of emote, execution, and signature. Of course, we love them. So between those segments, you're going to see that. You're going to look, they look amazing. You'll see that. So stay tuned.
back, Warriors! We are so excited today to continue on our amazing show by diving deeper into the music of Year 9. And who better to do that than these two very special guests on the couch? Carl, welcome. Welcome back to the show. How are you?
Thanks, fine. Great.
Cool. And joining us also, Luc St. Pierre. Thank you. Welcome back, Luc.
Thank you. Very happy to be here.
You good? Cool. Yeah. Well, we're very excited to have you here too. We love the music. I think like the music in For Honor is like one of the coolest parts of the game, and like every season and just all the new sounds it brings. So we know people like it, and we're really excited to hear more about it. So yeah, I guess what can you tell us? Like, what are we going to share today?
Yeah, but during this years we have different challenge. We do things really differently. An example in the first season, the season of our new game mode 2v2v2. It's a gladiator arena kind of game mode. Historically, in the Coliseum, we had some musicians that play music before the match to entertain the crowd, and some key moments during the match. So we get inspired by that, and finally we has to look to compose a specific cue only for this game mode event, for the start of the game mode, for round transition, with some variation depending if we success or lose the round. Same things for the end of the game mode. So it was important for us because we expecting to have a good relation between sounds, music, and the visual, as the camera cut, camera traveling, camera during the round transition. So Le Compose Halt is cue. It was quite different because usually when you compose music, you start by our landing page main seasonal cue. And after that, if we need it in game, we adjust it, remix it to fit with the game needs. But for this moment, because we was really sensible to this realization, Luc start with the game mode cue, and after that, he adjusts it for have this feeling of this music for all the seasons. So the game mode music resonates during all this season.
Yeah. Well, the particularity too of this season was we were going to make transitions. This is not something we used to have in other seasons. So the challenge was to first compose the transition and then have them be like the departure of the theme. So they had to fit, so be it tempo or tonality or stuff like that. I don't want to go into too much of the details. And also for the general ambience of the season, if there is a Roman Coliseum, I cannot not think about the duduk and some dulcimer and some really like kind of ancient Roman era instrument. So this is how we approached the season. But mainly the particularity was all the transition and the stinger and the the feedback to the player, victory, transition and stuff like that.
Nice.
Yeah. In the season 2, we have other kind of challenge. Is the pirate season, so we have two completely different moods. In the first title update, we have a Blackbird, which is a male, older, a bit more grumpy, and we could feel that everything is harder for him in the life to reach his goal. But in the opposite, we have our Virtuosa, the track we hear right now. So she's so joyful, happy, that life is so easy for her. So we decide to go with Italian voice because it's so
Napolitan.
Yeah, Italian Napolitan.
Oh,
yeah.
Napolitan. Be careful.
Yeah, comments. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's so expressive, even really melodic. So with these two kind of contrasts of mood we have in the two title update, we decide to instead to have one long cue to split it in two smaller ones to go more deeper in the realization. And
yeah, it was the first part was more like a sorrow chant, but then we exploded with the singer. I need to really say her name. Daniela Fiorentino was the lead singer. She did an amazing job, and I thought of her because I thought Virtuosa really exists, and there she is, and she has the vibe, the mood, the energy, and the voice. So I figured I cannot not do it with this singer. So it was quite fun to do actually, because I'm not Italian, so I really dove into this the tarantella and the Napoli culture and her voice and her interpretation of the text. Yeah.
Wow. It's amazing. Yeah, it sounded great too. I love that.
Was fun.
Speaking about voice, I think you sing also in this cue, huh?
Yeah, I happen to be. I happen to do the chanty at the in the TU1. Well,
Really?
the sorrow chant.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I do the voice too. I'm doing the below stuff like that.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow, it's cool.
Well, I mean, I'm not a singer, but it just was convenient. Oh, I need a singer. All right, I'll do it.
You did.
Here I am.
Nice.
In the season 3, the Halloween one, it was our Spider Lady season.
That's right.
It was really pleased to revisit an old cue we did many years ago, but changed completely his emotion. An example in the season 23, the first time we have our Spider Lady game mode. The music was really oriented to be more horror, and we feel the terror from the monster at the end of the map. But in our season 35, it's completely different.
Yeah.
The main question was, why a human get transformed to this Spider Lady? It's completely just personal because she has so many sadness inside her. It's a personal drama that corrupted his mind with the time and finally get transformed her to that kind of monster, the Spider Lady.
Yeah. It was quite the challenge actually to try to create a sound design and music that would depict the pain she had inside and make the player and the people feel that something inside her is coming out. So her psychic pain and then the physical pain of having the Spider Lady coming out of her body and exploding out. So it was another challenge sound-wise, but I had a good team with me, helping me, and back and forth as usual. So we ended up doing the track that we have right now.
Awesome.
Something really cool in that cue, if we could hear when the singer sing, we could feel the female voice alone with a lot of sadness, and she's sing while she's crying at the same time. So with just few notes of shamisen, but it's fabulous.
Yeah. I mean, I mean, whenever there is like Japanese or a thematic like this, we usually have the same singer, Maya Kuroki, who she's an amazing artist. So I cannot underline enough how I rely on those artists, to create the soundtrack for each season. I need them. So
nice.
I want to say it loudly.
Awesome. Very cool. And then that brings us to our final season of Year 9, the one we're currently in with the big guy himself. So, what can you tell us about that?
Juren, so Juren is heavy, is really strong. By the way, it's my favorite hero when I'm playing Foreigner.
Your favorite one?
Yeah, but that is me. Okay, back to the music.
It only took us 38 to get to one. All right, I'm happy. I'm happy we found one for you.
The question is, which musical instrument could be a good link or represent well Juren? So finally, it's lead us to Suona. Suona is one of the loudest Chinese traditional instruments, so the fit is perfect for Juren. And also, we had two other instruments related to the hero skin of the season. So we chose the pipa and the guzen. So to fit well the intensity of the combat, to keep the drive, while the Suona do some melody on the top of that.
Yeah, there was also this the whole story of the Three Kingdom. So there was 3 character, and the idea behind this was to have an instrument for each character and to bring this idea that they're fighting. So basically, they have those instruments that are fighting pan left and right. And also there were real drums on this session.
Nice.
But mainly we needed to characterize, let's say, the player, and then comes Titan, the big guy with the Suona. The Suona was loud, yet it needed a bit of bottom, so we doubled it with some brass. So that's how we managed to do the session. We had Guzeng, Pipa fighting, no winner. Titan comes in with a Suona. I win because I'm the loudest instrument in the world.
Yeah.
Amazing. That sounds awesome. So, Luke, what can you can you tell us what was your favorite season to work on this year?
Well, that's a good question, but I have a pre-made answer to that.
That's good. All right.
I was prepared. I have to say it was Golden Age.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The Elfic season, for many reasons. I think I liked the ambience, and I liked the beautiful voice of Carl Egan too, the singer who's singing on it. So yeah, that would be it. I mean, I have many favorite seasons, but that one I think it's one of the one that I listen to, and I'm still very, very happy. Not that I don't like what I've done previously, but we have a tendency to become very critical of previous work. So
it's totally cool to have favorites. I don't disagree with that at all. Carl, what's your favorite?
Oh my God! Honestly, I think my favorite one is not released yet, but it will come. So stay tuned.
Teasers, I love it. Well, that's really cool. So, folks at home too, check it out. So we also got another little surprise, and I'm really happy to announce that we have partnered with Kid Katana and are releasing an official For Honor vinyl to celebrate 10 years of For Honor. And I've had it hiding here this whole time. Where's the camera? Ooh, it's looking pretty cool there. It's got, you could see there's a back to it and a front. It's there's lights that are glaring on it. I'm sorry. It's right side. Okay. Anyway, so check it out, guys. This is really cool. I want to tell you a little bit about what's inside this thing. So we have 2 vinyls that are going to be in here, and there's exclusive cover artwork made by the For Honor team. There's a booklet with faction art, presentation, words from 3 different compositors and the audio director. So there's a lot in this to look. And Carl, can you tell us a little bit more about what people can expect once they get inside this thing?
Yeah, okay. So yes, as you mentioned, we have 2 discs, so it means 4 sides. So we select 1 side per faction. So we have a knight, Viking, samurai, and wooden. But we have 5 factions,
we do.
Only 4 sides. So we add 1 Outlander track on each side because they are so good. Then that is the concept behind the vinyl, but we also add a track that was never released to the streaming platform. It was live during 1 season, but after that, no available. So we bring back that really interesting track. We did an example, another track that is a merge between 2 music to make it different, to revisit older cue. And we changed some layering, mixing, and structure of the music. And we have a track from the future, a track that nobody heard, that amazing track, and it's one of my favorites. Yeah,
that's what you're alluding to. I get it. I get it. I like it. Well, that's amazing. Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, there's a lot that's going into this thing, so we're really excited about that. So, folks, listen, if you're interested in this, it's available for purchase now. You can scan the QR code on your screen or follow any of the links that we have available. You have until March 22nd to get this pre-order in, and delivery of the vinyls will be on June 26th. Cost is €42, which is about 40 USD. So yeah, check it out and pick up your copy while supplies are available. So amazing, really excited for that. Thank you so much, Carl. Thank you, Luke, for joining us today to talk about that. It's always a pleasure to hear about everything that goes on into the audio of the game. It's super special, so just thank you both for being here. Folks, we hope you enjoyed that too. And stick around because we are going to take a look at the Juren armor sets in this next transition. And after that, something you've been waiting for, a show match with our VIPs, some very, very talented, amazing players and creators that I'm sure you'll recognize. So don't go anywhere. We are going to be right back. Welcome back, Warriors! Woo! All right, it is time. We are ready for the show match, and who better to talk about that than JC is back on the couch. Welcome back, JC. We missed you.
I'm very happy to be teleported back here once again.
I know. Yeah, we saw it in the chat, and sure enough, you're here again.
Yeah, exactly. I was trying to not do anything.
You're trying to sneak off and go, and you're like,
because I just teleport here. So if I'm doing something inappropriate somewhere and I just pop here, it just kind of looks weird. So
you got to time it for the summoning ritual.
Yeah, that's it, right? So that's how it works.
Well, I'm so glad we couch you had a good time. That's great. And also, I see we have another very special guest on the couch. Spaniard, welcome.
Thank you.
Back.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for having me.
Well, thank you for being here.
Yeah. Oh, well, it's a pleasure every time. So thank you very much.
That's amazing. Yeah. Well, folks at home, again, you've heard us say it, but we've had some very special guests this week for a special workshop we're working on, and they are now joining us today. So let's do a little bit of an introduction. We have two teams of players who are going to be playing. Team 1, where we got? Oh, they have team names now. So Team Miles, representing NA. You have Team Captain Blitz, you have Wextra, Norgaz, and Rippy who are there. And then Team KM, representing the EU. You have Team Captain Bean with Freeze, Havoc, and Nutella. Man, those gifts are great. This is my first time seeing them. So.
Yeah, some of the gifts are in Imperial and the others are in metric.
I see. That's the.
That's how it works, right?
Oh, I get Miles and that's fine. See, that has to be part of the rehearsal, so I'm not surprised on the spot. So, great stuff. So we love that. We're really excited for that. Folks, we also have a couple really special casters too. Some voices you'll definitely know. Vivid Naz and Verbalocity joining us today too. So that is great. And that's a great gift too.
They really are the best.
They are. Oh,
they
man.
really are.
Vivid attacks Verbalocity in every one of those gifts, though. You know,
it's a running thing. It's a running thing.
Yep.
Quickly, let's run through what we're going to be seeing today. So we're going to run the show match. We got both of these teams of amazing pro players, competitive players. They're going to demonstrate For Honor at the highest level. We're going to see Dominion rounds. Best 2 out of 3 is going to take this. And right now we are limiting this, so the team captains are going to be running Juren. So we're going to see excellent team comps and just see how Juren plays with the rest of the crew. So you'll get to see all of that. And I guess that's the details, the gist of it. Do you have any expectations for what we're going to see today?
I'm expecting really, really high level play, Juren to dominate. I don't know, but it's going to be super interesting. I can't wait to see these folks play. From what we've seen this week, they're quite strong. I mean, not as strong as me, and that's the problem.
Oh, yeah.
I'm disqualified from this tournament because if I played, I would be alone versus 7. I would still win, but
we don't want
that's how it kind of works, you know. But it's all good. Honestly, I can't wait to see the result of it, and good luck to both teams.
All right, cool. And Spaniard, any thoughts before we get started?
Well, I'm here as a tournament organizer to make sure this lengthy tournament goes completely according to plan.
It has to be fully organized.
Oh yeah, it has to be. And I've got to keep an eye on these guys to make sure they don't try anything, any tricky business. Yeah. But I'm expecting to see some good stuff. I'm expecting people to see all Juren on Bean and Blitz and think twice about pursuing.
Might be a tiny bit dangerous.
Might be. I would be scared to run into them myself, I think. I'm also looking forward to seeing all the different characters we bring out, because I think they're going to play appropriately for the season. They're going to play Conquest format, which is where they switch characters once they win. So we should see a whole variety of characters out there, which would be great.
Awesome. All right. Well, I'm super looking forward to it. Can't wait. Now, again, I'd love to sit here and talk about this, all day. But again, we are not the true experts at casting here. We have two of the best For Honor casters in the world with us joining us, and we are so privileged for that. So we are going to pass it over to Vivid Naz and Verbalocity. Guys, take it away.
Wow. Completely very high honor there. Thank you very much for having us, of course. And welcome to the exhibition portion of the stream where we'll be showcasing Juren in all of his glory. Of course, my name is Vivid Naz and I'm joined by my co-host Verbalocity. How are you doing today?
Doing quite nice. Looking forward to the matches. We've had some technical upgrades as well. Not only do I have you guys here at chat, so if you've got any questions, by all means, give us some questions. But on top of that, these guys only went and gave me directorial control, so I could try and highlight some things as we go through for today. I do love being back in production element just a little bit.
Honestly, it's been pretty incredible so far. What I've loved is Twitch chat's reaction to Juren. To say the FEATS got a lot of love would be putting it lightly, and I'm so excited for you guys to see what that actually looks like in a Dominion game. Yeah, we saw them in isolation, but it'll be interesting to see how they paired up in this game. We do have a game loading up just as we speak, so in about 20 seconds you get to see that.
Now, not only are we going to be seeing the examples of the feats in action, but also the different ways that those feats can be used. You could try and min-max them and say, oh, someone over there's about to die, let's try and gain something from it, say with the tier 2. Or you can just grief your team. Which side of the spectrum are we going to get? There's only one way to find out as we load in.
Yeah. How I've kind of described him so far is he's angry, he's arrogant, and he is also selfish. And that is a reflection not only in his animations, but also his moveset, and you can also see it in his feats. So I really love how they managed to basically encapsulate everything that this character can bring to the table, especially, you know, with the historical significance and some of the inspiration that they've taken from history.
Yeah, so we should be seeing in here momentarily. We're going to be seeing quite a nice little setup originally here in the mid lane. Do keep in mind that the Kyoshin is going to have some trouble with some of the unblockables that are on deck, but freezes Shugoki getting first blood.
Yeah, I think we're having slight trouble getting into the game at the moment, but hopefully we'll be able to cut into it real quick. We do have the game started.
I know what this is. I know what this is. I've got production control, so we get the first game jitters every time, without fail. At the moment I get given control, it happens. You might as
Honestly, you know, Twitch chat can kind of blame you, Verb. I think that's an acceptable thing to say. First time on the docket, then you can't even cut us into the game. So.
Brother.
Just as I say that,
we just have to complain and we got it, let's go!
Alright, beautiful. Now, unfortunately, Bean was one of the people that we wanted to cut to, but he has been executed. But we can take a look at Blitz and follow him for a little bit. As we can see, you know, donning the black and red, of course. You know, very signature of the Juren here. Cutting across to the mid lane. You can see on B, he's already got that tier 1. Now, there was a lot of discussion about this tier 1 when it was first unveiled. Oh no, you know, I'm gonna get griefed in my solo queue game, etc., etc. I don't think that's the case. People need to remember that you do not give any points when you kill your own minions, right? So it's almost like a sacrificial ritual akin to some other MOBA games where, you know, you're not denying minions necessarily, but it's a big boon for you. Like in this situation, you could have easily just went and got healed up, like completely.
Yeah, it's something you got to be aware of. Havoc, low HP, trying to move away back to C point over here on Chiang Pass. Side note, by the way, the fact that we're getting to see more of these maps that normally aren't in Dominion is a personal joy of mine. It gives a bit more variety, especially to the competitive map pools.
100%. You can see Havoc here just trying to cut across. We do have a few of our Juren'S moving across to
where should we go?
To the mid lane. We can see Blitz here just about to engage.
There we are.
Against Havoc. Has that tier 1 unlock. Gets a nice parry there on the light. Now, one of the main things that you've heard about before is the quote-unquote how this character is played, right?
Yes.
Everything can be tapped or everything can be held, whether it be the GB, the light, the heavy. They all have the ability. The only thing you cannot hold is the back dodge, for, of course, obvious reasons.
I mean, you can roll, but I mean, who's rolling on Juren? I mean, that's cowardly maneuvers. He's going in, though. I guarantee you the hold zone is going to be one of those hated maneuvers on launch, but it's got some big gaps in its game that you can exploit.
It not being able to be feinted is a big one, right? It does have a lot of great properties, but not being able to feint it causes a lot of issues. You might have seen there in some of that combat that Blitz was able to regain some health from the minions, right? It gives you it gives a decent amount of health, especially considering, I don't know if it showed it in the preview, but the running heavy attack animation for this character clears a lot of minions. Like here, if we can see it, okay! It's almost like he heard me. He almost like he said, okay!
Look at it!
Look at this wave clear! You can, and if he wants to be slightly BM, he can go clear it out. He does have his tier 2 up. Hopefully we get to see it being unlocked. But in this situation, Bean has a lot of high health allies, so there's no point wasting it, right? As soon as you see your allies start to take down, that is the perfect place to use it.
Yeah, the AoE on that running charge heavy definitely reminds me of, if any of the old heads are out there, old Shinobi heavies when he cleared minions back when animations existed. And unfortunately, we're going to see Bean going down, cut back over. Havoc once again on the Kyoshin, keeping an eye on them for the time being. Gets the parry on the Jangjun, currently being piloted, I believe, by... Oh, actually, there we are, by Blitz. There we are. We'll actually cut back. No, Blitz is actually going to be on...
Yeah, he's capping the point here.
Here we are.
On
what
C.
HP? Damn, he got out of there just in time. Oh, hang on a minute. I spy a Rippy's having some fun. Let's cut on over there. There we are.
Let's go.
Against the Teller on the Nabushi. Let's see if they can get the kill.
Okay, tries to push him up there. Gets the GB, but unfortunately countered. A little bit of a staring contest here. The Juren comes in to support, but here in this situation, as a Juren, sometimes you want to let your ally die. Unfortunately, does not pop the tier 2 beforehand. In that case, if I knew Nutella was gonna die, right? If I knew Bushi was dying, I'm popping tier 2, I'm letting you die, I'm getting that shield, and all of a sudden, I'm in a huge advantageous position. We see the zone there come out. The wind-up is, it's hard to parry at times, that zone. It is gonna, you know, it's hard to parry, but it's not faintable. So you have to fully commit to it, and there's multiple times where, you know, it's just not advantageous using that.
Yeah, we got a little bit of Juren on Juren here. You and I dueled a lot, getting to know this character, and there are some, I will say, it is shockingly easy to flowchart on this character. If you are lazy with the amount of power you have with the options, you will face plant, and you will get predicted.
What I would love to see is, we saw it in the, when they showcased the character for the first time, is using the Indomitable stance, basically the all-block stance to recover, right? One of my favorite combos is you're tapping the light, which gives you a slight little thrust, into the hold heavy, into the unblockable. Indomitable stance, recovery is super nice, and you can just keep going, right? Keep going, and one of my favorite tactics when it lands, it doesn't land all the time, is you go for the GB hold. That recovers your full stamina bar, and once again, you are the oppressive bully. You keep pushing forward, and it just feels so nice when you get it done.
Oh, this is going to be a problem. Blitz has one stack of the tier 3 online, so has the damage boost, plus revenge. This is the kind of situation that a Juren really wants to be in. The moments where your teammates are down, you're stacking buffs, and it's sink or swim.
Oh yeah, 100%. Right now, the attack buff came through. Unfortunately, the teammate did spawn, so it's no longer there. We cut across to Bean. He's in a situation. The attack buff is available. This is a passive. Multiple, like, you will see yourself with the attack buff quite a lot of the game, especially later on when you've unlocked the tier 3. But if you're ever in an elimination situation, right, you are breaking, and you have your tier 3, and hopefully tier 4 that we'll get to see in a bit, you feel like a raid boss. You cannot tell me it's not one of the most incredible feelings. That is why the best thing is not to pursue him, I guess, actually to pursue him, right? So you want to pursue this, you want to take him out first in a fight, because that is possibly the best time to kill him.
Oh, we're riding along here with Nutella for the time being, getting some pressure onto the Juren that's currently being piloted by Blitz. Nutella, not shabby in his own right, has played for a very long time. He's going to be able to try and get some reads where he can, but oh, Blitz is on the comeback.
POV, I'm fighting the most formidable fighter. That is Nutella's POV right here. Goes for the bash light there. You have the, of course, you have the hold variant where he goes for the kick. The tracking is a bit better, but if you dodge late enough, it will not track you. So you are pretty vulnerable at that stage. They're out of stamina for Nutella.
Careful.
Just trying to see what he can do. JJ is there to support him. Unfortunately, falls down, and point A is captured.
All right, where should we go next? We got options. Oh, hang on a minute. Let's cut to Havoc, currently fighting the Shin Bob. The old Shinobi being piloted by Rippy. Rippy is going to be a big problem on this character. Shinobi, one of the few characters that can give Juren issues, because Juren's only got one source of undodgeable on his finisher, unheld lights.
Yeah. Unfortunately, sometimes you find it hard to get into that position. You have here the Juren coming into the support, throwing a few of those zones, trying to see how he can help out Rippy. The score relatively even.
Yeah.
There was a slight concern that you know, we had Rippy and Blitz on the same team. Of course, both pretty renowned competitive players. Wextra, of course, and Gauze. But EU is holding up, but we are in a breaking situation. Talk to me. Talk to me a bit more, Verb.
Indeed. So, breaking situations is somewhere where Juren surprisingly can excel, because, of course, you've got that tier 3. Tier 3, I'm going to be honest, that is going to be the best in slot. There is no question. The amount of things you get from that is insane. What was that gank, guys? What? You just fed it revenge, now we can hold it. This is like one of the worst situations to be in the game.
Yeah, at this point, you're just trying to disengage. Does get the parry, but unfortunately is able to pop revenge just in time to land the GB. Nutella gets finished off. Blitz now in an advantageous situation, does have that attack damage buff as one of his allies is down.
Let's have a look. Let's go back to Rippy. Here we are, currently in the 2v2, has a bit of resistance. 3v2, in comes Freeze on the Shugoki, trying for the external unblockable, but no dice.
Yes, sir. Now, you see Bean there does have the the tier 4 unlocked, uses the tier 4. Now this is where it gets interesting. 2 members are down. The defense buff, attack buff was activated, and he also had the tier 4, but unfortunately was not able to raid boss for us today. Okay, cutting across to Blitz against the Havoc. Havoc the only one alive. Unfortunately, takes a top heavy, and we have the first win for NA. I know we might want to discuss this in the couch.
Potentially. It's good to have an analyst desk here and there, but we got a few moments potentially before we go there. Let them prepare. Chat, are we really calling one of the mightiest characters we've had in the game in a while Labubu? Guys!
No.
We're better than this! Seriously? Have some class!
But we did see is the potential for him, especially when he is one of the last ones remaining in your team. Unfortunately, Bean wasn't able to do much there, but we do have our people to analyze a bit more of it, so we'll cut back to the analyst corner.
Are we?
That's us.
It's us.
Yay!
That's you guys.
Well,
I don't know if we're
all right.
So we're analysts.
Hey,
We're here. Yeah, we're
back.
analysts. But how awesome was that game, though?
that was a sick game. That was
Like, it was
great to watch.
so tight.
Yeah, I was not expecting it to. The NA really pulled it back. In the
Yeah,
end.
yeah,
It was really
definitely.
close.
Yeah.
Yeah, really exciting stuff.
Yeah, and you can really see the power of that held zone attack.
Oh, the held zone attack is dirty.
Yeah.
You know, it also gets some punish as well. I saw a few guard breaks coming
Yep,
out. You just
yep.
have to get the timing on it because
Exactly.
it's so slow. It's like the Goku charge heavies. You know, you have to. You think it's going to hit you, and then it doesn't hit you, and then you dodge, and then it hits you. Just be real patient with it,
Yeah.
and then you'll get the free guard break on him.
We saw a lot of smart use of JUREN'S Tier 2 as well. Like, I saw a lot of shields popping up.
Yeah.
That was great.
Yeah, you just wait until your allies are low, and then don't hold back. Don't actually help them.
Yeah.
Let them help you.
A little bit, right?
And the Juren lane clear, like,
Oh, yeah, that was
so
awesome.
amazing to
That
watch.
was so good.
Just, like instantly, like two hits, pretty much, like
Boom,
wipe
boom,
that
yeah.
out. Yeah,
The
that was
AoE is so much fun.
Yeah.
And of course, you heal from your own minions if you clip a few of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they shouldn't get in the way, right?
Yeah,
You know.
it's their own fault for
It's their own
being
fault,
there.
exactly.
Don't fight. Like, they should know better.
Get out of my way,
Yeah.
guys. Come on.
That's the whole point of this hero, right?
That's true.
That's how it works.
Acceptable casualties.
You see those feathers coming, you get out of the way.
Yeah. So now, because we're in Conquest, right, I'm wondering what the NA team is going to switch to. I know JUREN'S not going to change.
JUREN'S not going to change.
But, like, we have Wex that has, like, a couple of specialties.
Yeah, I'm expecting a
Rippy.
Peacekeeper.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm expecting
well,
maybe. Maybe
well, looks like they're ready to start too.
All right, well,
all right.
Now.
All right, so we'll pass it back over to Vivid.
And I was wrong. Oh well, it's good to know.
All right, we're cutting across straight into the game.
Happy days.
We are in Jang Pass again.
All right. So where do we want to start with in terms of looking?
So, let's take a look at...
Give me a pick.
Let's take a look at Blitz.
Blitz,
okay?
all right, let's load him up.
Obviously, the winner of the last one, NA, did take the dub. We do have a slight change in the composition of the team. We have Norgos on obviously another Viking character. Like, do you expect anything else? He's playing the Warlord Wexra on the Orochi Rippy. He's switched over to the Shigoki. And of course, Blitz getting the light parry there on the Kensei. Now, All Out War here is on point A. One of the things you do need to watch out is the stamina management of this character. I want to see them use the Indomitable stance a lot more to recover. We haven't seen that much of that right now, but I do think once people get a bit more of an understanding of the JUREN, they will be using that a lot more.
Yeah, the Indomitable stance is interesting. It is a full block, but it lets attacks still flow through, so there's a balance to be struck there. And even the side dodge version that gives you essentially like the TND style extended dodge, then you start having a little bit of problems in regards to keeping yourself safe from guard breaks and the occasional undodgeable. Blitz there able to do a little bit of gank alongside his fellow Shigoki being piloted by Rippy of all people. Rippy Shugo, that is not very common, but I like to see it.
Yeah, exactly. So Blitz just pushing over to the B lane. What would be super interesting is actually hearing the communication from the NA team. We do have that mic'd up, so hopefully we can cut across to their comms and take a quick listen in.
We had our only one. JUREN'S here, so...
Yeah, watch tags. Pretty
there
close.
we go. I'll stop the cab, don't worry. I'm one running Kinzora, so I'll be fine.
Can you go to Nordos? I can take the ones. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead back out. You got that Blitz.
I need to hand it quick. Oh, nice.
I fucking knew it.
Norgos almost there.
I am dead. Good. I'm almost there. Oh, it's 2v1.
Yeah,
oh,
GG.
they just janked her.
No, it's fine. Blitz stops that.
Oh, it's unfortunate. There's 3 there. We're gonna lose that.
That was a good
Alright. So last one at A.
Alright,
Last
cut
one
back
at A.
top.
I'm coming from spawn. I got rush. I think he's dead.
So, Spaniard, fine Rippy $500 for swearing on stream.
Yep, unfortunately you cannot be doing that, but they were in an unadvantageous position. So we are seeing Wextra, of course, the first rep 90 PK, which was a pretty cool stat to hear out. I was not aware of that.
Me neither.
Yeah,
that's actually... Being that
awesome.
proficient on Peacekeeper, I imagine Wextra might want to save that for later on, because we're going to a guaranteed 3 games no matter what, just so we can actually show people the whole breadth instead of the usual competitive format. Wextra, speak of the Devil, and she will enter frame, currently going up against a 2-2.
Yeah, it's 2v2 here. Orochi, one of the stronger characters when it comes to Dominion. Now, Juren there is getting pretty healthy when it comes to Venge. Shigoki struggling when it comes to health. Now, 2v2 slightly in the favor for the NA team. Wextra decided just to peace out. She's going to heal up on point A. If we cut across to some of the other perspectives, we can go to Blitz real quick. Unfortunately, he gets taken out just as I say that. Now, that is a bit of a caster curse. Havoc there, doing probably one of the nicer Kenzie executions. Willow there picking up a kill in the mid lane. Unfortunately, Nutella is not having the greatest time on this Nobushi.
Okay, time out for a second here, just for a split second. I had a few people in chat ask about what class the character is and anything. There is actually an interesting point to note about that. This character is a heavy, but interestingly, the armor perk distribution for when the character comes out won't have some of the more stronger heavy perks, we'll call them. So something to look forward to is you're not just going to be able to run the normal crutch feet perks that you may be used to over the past couple of years.
Yeah, definitely. And there's obviously some changes as well, but that will be covered in the portion with the patch notes. So definitely be sure to tune into that. There's a lot of nice stuff that I think the community has very much been asking for. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Saying that, we're cutting across to Norgaz's perspective. Tier 2 is just kind of being unlocked across the board. Seems to be a bit of a fight going on in point C, where we have the Juren one-on-one. Unfortunately, Shigoki there just to spoil the party slightly. Tier 2 is unlocked across the board. You got Tier 3 there on Mr. Beanie. You see there the use of the Undominable stance for a slight recovery. That is what we're talking about. The dodge heavy can be feinted into the Undominable stance. Basically, it's a great way of trying to recover. The animation can sometimes throw off people, which is what I found out when we were playing.
Yes.
Like, it threw you off, it threw me off. We were both like messed up a few times just by that. But unfortunately, Beanie not really able to do much. Is stuck in a pretty terrible situation there as Blitz just respawns on the character. Saying that, this dude is surviving for quite a long while.
There's the animation cancel you just talked about right there. The double cancel, team up, 1-2, good stuff.
It feels so good as well. Like, you can feel so oppressive using that over and over and over again. Now, that was an incredibly hype moment there for Team EU. Let's just try and listen into what they're saying.
You captured Zone A.
Slide away. I'm gonna join Steve with Air Strike for a second. Oh, he killed me. I got a double.
You did?
Yeah. That was my superior block.
Me included.
Killed us too. He's dead.
Very nice.
Shield. You shouldn't have killed him. I'll tell you, Havoc. Yeah, I need help here. Come on. Try and just survive. Survive.
How much?
I cut back this.
I have a bow too.
Nice.
Oh, you got it?
No. I don't know how I won that fight. I really don't. And I have Rippy here.
Oh my god. That was incredible. You just heard Nutella like, yo, I've got him. And then that tier 2 comes out so clutch. He marked his allies dead, he has shield, and all of a sudden, he managed to turn that fight. And that is what we're talking about when it comes to the oppressive nature of Juren, right? He's a bit of an asshole. He does want to wait for his team to die. I say angry, arrogant, and selfish.
Yes.
Ass.
Wait, have you been saying that up this whole time?
No, actually, it just kind of, as I said that, it came to my head, and I was like...
If you've been sitting up this whole time and haven't told me, I'm going to be mad.
No, it just
But it
came
makes
to my
sense. It does make sense, though. You see the way the feats are used? You can, you can grief your team. You can also try to min-max a bit. Nice use of the arrow strike there. Bind the teller, try and get a bit of damage on the board. ignore Goz's Warlord. Last person standing, 1v1. This matchup should go to Nutella by all rights, but who knows? A throw could be in the cards.
Yeah, Nutella does get the strike there. Unfortunately, he is bleeding out. Number 1 lands, and Goz is all but gone here. Point secured there for Team EU. On the point side, they do seem to be doing a lot better relative to the first game. So we will get hopefully a best of 3 nature here. Now the Juren gets a fat undodgeable heavy on them. The undodgeable light. You know, some of the players probably struggling just because they haven't actually come up against this character that often. Like we did get to play him for this week, but obviously that's not going to be the same as you just spamming him in MM.
Yeah. I gotta say, this character is gonna take some getting used to. I'm fortunate that you and I were able to sit down for several days and figure things out, because tap hold is a mechanic that by sheer technicality exists. You know, Shigoki charge heavy, any charged heavy is by right a tap hold. But now it's everything except back dodge.
Yeah, so one of the ones that I struggled with at the start was the guard breaking chain, or sorry, the bashing chain. But once you get that, you realize it just starts making sense. You hit an almost flow state, right?
Yeah.
You know, when the nugget and the chips and the Diet Coke, they all start landing perfectly. You hit a flow state, and you very much feel that when you're playing Juren at its max potential there. Now, up against the Kensei, obviously piloted by one of our best, Havoc here.
Havoc Kensei's rough to go against. I've got it. That's why.
Goes for the slightly longer execution.
Don't do the full leg when you'll get intercepted. Look at the shoot. Okay, Freeze has at least come in. I'll give Freeze credit. Was able to rotate into assist, but Demon Ball from Rippy sends him off the point. We got a sumo match on our hands.
Big boy. Freeze has got his very own. Hopefully he retaliates here, trying to see if he gets the setup there from the Kensei. Can Havoc do anything to help out with Shigoki here? Health advantage slightly in the favor of Rippy, but unfortunately the bow comes out. He gets taken out. Freeze gets his retribution, and he is the last Shogo standing.
Okay, breaking again. I want to make special attention every time to these last man standing scenarios, because we're going to be seeing extensive use of that tier 3 feat. It's best in slot, let's be frank. That level, arrow strike coming in, a little bit of damage done, not too much. But the tier 3, the amount of buffs you get over time from your teammates dropping, if you end up being last man standing, you're going to do work.
Okay, so saying that, let's try and cut across to Mr. Bean. Mr. Bean is the one that we want to look at here. He does have lower health, Blitz, but unfortunately he did die. So what I was trying to cover is being low health, being in a situation where you have a lot of minions, he needed to have used that tier 1, right? That tier 1 is the only way that he was going to recover any health, especially with the buffs of the tier 3. He would have been able to withstand slightly longer. Fortunately, we didn't get to see it there. But we do get the win for Team EU. Now, we're 1-0, the scoreboard. Some would say in chat that we might be slightly favored for Team EU, considering that we are from across the Atlantic.
A little bit. However, and we were actually a little bit about this ourselves, of like, hey, I got a bit of some of the player distribution is interesting, EU and A. However, I can tell you there is a mix of nerves, extremely heavy caffeination on the part of Bean, and the setups are not necessarily 100% what players are used to. So there's an accidental leveling and matchmaking effect. However, we could talk on all ourselves, but let's see what the couch thinks. Spaniard, what's your take?
Yeah.
Oh, what a match, though. What a match.
Yeah.
Another nail biter there.
Definitely.
And again, the comeback was pretty impressive.
Yeah. And again, once again, like we saw masterful use of JUREN'S. Those shields that last forever. And
just
I think Blitz at one point ran in to support Freeze on with a 90 HP shield. Yeah. And he's like, go on then, have a go.
He lost all of it though.
He did lose all of it eventually. So they're not game breaking.
They're not game breaking, but it's still very good. Honestly, like it's so hyped. Like I love seeing these matches. Like it's a level of play that a lot of people don't see really often.
Yeah.
And you get like the mastery that these folks have.
Although if you do want to see more of it, tune in to the Triple Threat tournaments when we do them.
That's right.
Absolutely. 1v1 tournament in just a few weeks.
Yeah.
Sign-ups are open now. They're right.
Indeed,
Sign up.
Am I hijacking a stream to promote my own thing? No,
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's all for honor, baby.
It's okay. It's all good.
That's all for honor, baby.
Yeah. I do want to point out Nutella beating Blitz with the Nobu in the 1v1 against Juren. He must be feeling pretty good about himself.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
No more Nobushi for this match.
Yeah, that's it, right? So it's Conquest. It's the last match of Conquest.
Let's see what they
down the wire. So let's see what happens there. It's gonna be super cool.
For all the marbles.
Yep.
Yeah, that's right. Yes.
I got all the marbles, so I got to give him up to somebody.
Exactly.
What's happening? Yeah.
Pocket full of marbles. You can as you walk.
Exactly.
If you had a pocket of marbles to hand out, that would be epic.
That would be
Next
awesome.
time,
right?
we'll have to think about that.
Well,
I thought of it. No.
All right. Well, that's they're about ready to get started, so we are going to pass it back over to Vivid and Verb. All right, take it away, guys.
This is for all of the marbles. It also is bragging rights, right?
Yes.
Ever since the inception of For Honor, it's like competitive, I guess. Whenever there was a show match, it's always kind of, there's been this grudge match between NA and EU. Today, it is getting settled during the Juren reveal trailer. Trailer?
This could be absolute cinema. It could still be a trailer. But at the bare minimum, we're going to be expecting people can at least have some fun at each other's expense for a couple of days. We're going to be keeping an eye on Bean for the time being, in my opinion. Looks like, yeah. So I got to emphasize this move. You see that charge zone with the very fast hyper armor and the unblockable? That move is going to be the bully move for a hot minute.
Hell yeah.
And we abused each other with it pretty hard, but once you eventually get the vibe for it, you can exploit it. So I recommend don't flowchart with this hero. Even though there's tons of options and it's easy just to pick a few and do it over and over and over, you're going to get destroyed. You need to explore the whole kit.
Yeah, we had that multiple times where I'd stuck to a subset of the moves, you eventually started punishing me pretty badly, and vice versa, right? He has a lot of moves at his capability. Unfortunately, we're not seeing the bash, what's it called? The bash pin during chain, and that's one that I tend to feel should be relatively good when it comes to ganking in general.
Yeah, that and also parrying. It was remarked by Bean actually during our playtesting that this character is low-key kind of a parry monster. 16 damage heavy parry without a wall. Full heavy if you do the charged bash after a parry, the shortcut version. And then it loops. You can pseudo-loop it if you get particularly good and the enemy's asleep. And we can... Oh, no, Bean, speaking of asleep, you go to the fishes. Goodbye. Excellent work with the Griffin.
Unfortunately, he met the Griffin on the other side. Both teams decided to support this character relatively even across the board. We have tier 1s. Blitz doing relatively well on the Juren here, if we can cut across to him.
Yep.
Does have that tier 2 unlocked. Now, one of the things that you do is you're very active using the UI when it comes to this character.
Surprising.
Very rarely do I look at the health of my allies, but I find myself taking a look constantly.
Let me do a little strategic cut here. You just saw the tier 2 get activated by Blitz. Now Wexford gets highlighted, and then if we jump back to Blitz, now he's got a shield.
Look at that Blitz shield!
Yeah, Blitz was able to sit in that position, see his allies were about to drop and optimize it, and now he can start having some fun at Bean's expense.
Yeah, exactly. Bean only with that tier 1. You can see there, you can punish the zone relatively easy. One of the things I do find the zone pretty good for is when it comes to that team fighting. A lot of the times that you find with this character is that you do have the, I forget the property now, but basically the ability to trade relatively heavy armor when it comes to trading.
Yes.
Right? Anything that you hold with grants you that, especially when it comes from neutral. So you have it from the lights, from the heavies, and you have the ability to trade as an MF. So if you're able to regen from minions, have the shield, you'll take those trades a lot of the time.
Indeed. Although we're actually going to flip for a hot second here, Nutella now on the Aphira going up against Rippy's Griffin. Once again, these two squaring off, tries to go for the kick, no dice, in comes the Griffin, and here we go, Blitz has returned. Let's see what the gank is. Oh, there's the unblockable. This character does shockingly good damage.
Oh, 100%. Unfortunately, at the expense of Nutella there. Point is captured. So far, Team NA is doing very well, approaching the 500 soft point mark. All hella loose in the mid lane here.
It's got to beat for a moment here. Also, side note, chat, I see a few people saying it. Reinhardt, I will never say Labubu unironically. I will rather stop doing this than say that unironically. Chat, please, I beg you, community, have some class. Don't let Labubu become a thing.
Okay, here we go. We do have a pretty vengeful Jurun there, but
where are we looking at?
Well, the mid lane, but it's
mid lane. Rush. There. Oh, wrong button. There we are. There we are.
There we go. Blitz does have that tier 3 activated. Unfortunately, no allies have died for him to exploit this necessarily. Griffin is down. Wextra here fighting against Mr. Bean. Bean does get revenge. Unfortunately there for the Orochi does fall. Bean now in a relatively advantageous position. I think his tier 3 is unlocked there. Or sorry, coming up to his tier 3 unlock. Manages to get some health.
Look at the position here. You'll see, actually, I am predicting a lot of Juren players are going to be sitting on the edges of the map watching to see their allies' HP, because this is the first time Zhangjun players are used to doing it with like phalanx, but this is the first time you're going to be doing this from tier 2. It's not exactly common for this low level of a feat to have a global effect like this.
Yeah, it's a global effect which unfortunately does not do anything for your allies apart from just really reveal them. Now, you gotta say, do people even look at the map most of the time? So does it really matter? But I know in the competitive level, they do check for a lot of that stuff, try and catch out rotations, especially when line of sight is a bit obscured.
Hang on a minute here. Bean is trying to go 1v1 up against Blitz. Both of the team captains deciding to actually... Oh, Bean retreating here. Smart. You have an okay bit of movement, but it is surprisingly easy to get stuck in the mud with this character. You have low risk but low reward movement options. Good job getting rid of the Varangian guard that was being piloted there. And now we got some problems here. Tier 4 is available though, actually, for Blitz.
Yeah, tier 4 available, but if I was Blitz, would not use it there. Does feint into that zone, the hold zone there.
There you go. It's confusing. We're not used to this idea of charge and hold. It's like we learn one move and that's it. But now we have charge hold, so the moves list is effectively doubled. We're still learning it.
But luckily we had quite a lot of time to play this character, so we are able to try and give you a bit more understanding. We saw there the use of the full charge dodge.
Yeah.
So full charge dodge gives you kind of like a mini undominable stance. Like you are able to basically block from all angles, but you can't do anything from it.
Yes.
Right, so there is that downside. So if you're going to use it, you use it more of like a defensive move, maybe if you're trying to prevent a gank, etc. Stall it a bit longer. Nice heavy light parry there from Blitz. Picks up the kill, and now NA seems to be running away with this game. Does use the tier 4 a bit early, probably just trying to reduce the defenses here on Bean, but unfortunately Bean says, hell nah. He's in an advantageous position
That's the downside to using it. Yes, you're giving your enemies a 40% defense shred, but you're also giving your allies a 30% vulnerability to damage. So it is a heavy risk, and often you can grief your own teammates doing it.
It's like FU in uppercase to the enemy team, but lowercase to your team, right? You know, it's like, yeah, they're still being kind of...
Let's go, Goz. Hang on a minute. Varangian guard, low HP up against Bean, but this is Bean, one of the best 1v1ers in the game. Kyoshin is here to assist. Havoc knows everything himself. Good stuff. Goz gets the first hit. He's looking for a second. Can Goz on the North American side? He gets it! No, Goz clears two!
All right, let's hear it to NA and see what they have to say to that.
Alright, you got the shortest one you could find. That's pretty sick. Bro, Goz just doesn't want to lose today.
Oh my god, amazing job.
Hit stun, reset the Kyoshin 3-tap, and a CC the hell out of it.
I'm about 20 renown.
I'm close to fear. I'm
50 out. I'm 50 out from 4.
Nice. Okay, 2B.
Nice, good tier 3.
I have one coming C.
1C, 2B, and then last one we'll see.
Yeah, call out whenever the next one's coming.
I have champs.
We're missing. Wait.
I have 2B.
Two coming. I'll go with champs.
Yeah. I'm on the way.
Go, Wex, just stall.
She's gonna get.
No, I can't. They ganked me.
I'm saying it. Go on A.
Well, I gotta heal on A then.
Come on. Yeah, nice. Come out if you can. Go.
Yeah.
Go.
I was just stuck there when we leave. Get Blitz out too. He should be able to heal.
Yeah.
We'll get him breaking from on the head, and I'll have champs.
Griffin's coming to A. I'm stuck in mid here.
I'll be fine.
Go Goz my way.
So, something to keep in mind as you listen to those comms is team rotation is going to be something to keep an eye on with this character. You have a global presence early on, but also because your ability to kill your minions for HP, your presence on the map can be a lot more valuable because you can get HP and advantages in places other characters simply can't.
Exactly. Especially where they're taking chip damage, right?
Yeah.
Minion wave, notoriously known, like you're taking chip damage. If you're lower health, it's not as... Like, it's a pretty scary place to be.
Yes.
But for Juren, he does gain quite a significant amount of HP, especially if you're running that unique tier 1, right? There are alternatives, but the unique one is pretty fun to play with. Now, unfortunately, Blitz is caught in a Bean is caught in a situation where he does have that tier 4, but cannot use it. He's in a 2v1 situation, the Juren in support, and unfortunately gets taken out right before they're put into breaking, and he is out of the fight.
That's not good to see. We're seeing fights breaking out all around the map. Let's go to the Teller, currently fighting Wexra. Good parry, both final hit, damage reduction for the Avira with the feed. Bear picks it up, execution, that's good, but cut over the freeze. Freeze on the Griffin, has Venge, has a couple feats available, including the extra stamina for when the Revenge is eventually gone.
Oh god, but he is just gets finished off there by the Juren going for the longer execution. Only 2 members alive here for Team EU, and it's looking like a very harrowing situation. Only about 500 points, and only 2 members are alive here.
Oh boy, this is not great to see. Unfortunately, the downside to Juren is you need them down. You need your Juren alive to be able to actually affect change, but unfortunately, they're down right now.
Inadvertently did the perfect tactic, right? Take out the Juren first, pursue the Juren, as we said in one of our earlier matches. They done that, and you know, you find yourself not having to worry about the tier 2, tier 3, or tier 4.
Nutella, gonna be looking for a little bit of anti-gank here. Let's see what you're on stage, mate. Let's see how you can shine using the Avira dodge. But this is absolute unga-bunga. Disgusting.
It has been settled. NA is your winner of the exhibition show match for the Juren. What a time it has been, and we got to see some of our best players pilot the new character. Now, seeing that, we'll have a bit of a chat with them, but first of all, before we do that, what were your thoughts, Verb? Talk to me.
So, specifically regarding feats, and it just ties into a question that I saw in chat once or twice. Not only, there's an interesting dichotomy you can actually play with Juren, purely off feats. For example, the tier 1, yes, you have the ability to kill your own minions and that gives you some benefits, but the alternate feats for tier 1 also let you play differently, the other ones in question being Relentless and Bounty Hunter. So, and Bounty Hunter is being emphasized potentially for the tier 1 by a few people I've heard, so you've got choices in the feats, and it does let you craft almost like a different playstyle.
Yeah, 100%. Like, I know for me, I would be running the uniques just because it does bring a completely different playstyle. Just being able to take out your minions. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see that final stand that I almost wished for. Right? We've seen it a few times during our playtesting over the week, but hopefully you guys will be able to feel it. Of course, this hero does drop on the 29th of January, so make sure to clear out your evening schedule and to hopefully see 4 Jurens running on the map.
Yeah, so I guess we got a little bit before Couch is ready to go. Any final shout-outs, anything for you? We've got people watching. Now's the time.
Look, this has been possibly one of my favorite workshops so far. The Juren, of course, from the historical significance that they kind of took from this character. I'm very much excited to be able to play him now in For Honor. When I was hearing the murmurings of what it could be, I was excited. But seeing how they not only had the visual identity of the character perfectly, they also have the moveset and also the feats to create this like well-rounded experience when it comes to this character. But I appreciate you guys being here. Of course, my name's been Vivid Naz, and Verb, do you have anything to say before we sign off on the couch?
Yeah, I might as well be a bit greedy for a second. So I personally wanted to give a couple of shout-outs for all the hard work that was done on the competitive stuff, Triple Threat series that happened over the past year and change. You know, we got a few people on the couch right now that have participated. You know, we got, Blitz, Norgoz, Spaniard, Nutella, Rippy, Beam, but also some people not here. You've got, for example, like Jones Crab, I have Means, Clutchmeister, Silix, I have Memes, but I think we're legally allowed to insult him randomly. Just for some reason, we just kind of do that. But yeah, we are really thankful for the competitive stuff that has been done over the years. I want to thank some of the staff as well, like Anthony, especially for that. So for those of you that haven't been watching, I wanted to take the moment and thank everyone for the really hard work on that. That's my little greedy 10 seconds or so.
All right, then that being said, let's cut over to the couch where we'll be discussing all things Juren with the NA team.
Cool. All right. Thank you so much, Vivid. Thank you, Verbalocity. Incredible stuff. And first of all, a huge congratulations to the NA team once again. Great job, guys. Your winner.
Slight bias here. I wonder why.
Well, I don't. Because we're in the NA. Yeah, Team Miles, which makes so much more sense than Columbus. Anyway, no, that's great. So yeah, great job again, everybody. So team captain, do you want to tell us what it was like to play as Juren through that?
Yeah, Juren has to be one of the most fun characters ever. I think he's like the 6th or 7th best character in the game right now, but he's like top 2 in fun, like one of the most fun characters ever released. I think it's so cool. Yeah, he's kind of like the dream balancing of he's really good but not oppressive, and yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how he does in competitive.
Nice. Well, very cool. Norgaz, what were your thoughts, I guess, teaming up with a Juren? What was it like to be constantly sold out and just like giving shields and stuff to your team captain there?
Well, I definitely gave a couple of shields in the second game. That's for sure. I messed up a couple times, but you see the symbol pop up and you're kind of a little scared. You're like, I don't really know what I want to do here. Do I stay on the point? Do I leave? Because they're gonna know where you're at. They know what's going on, and you got a little bit of a debuff, so you gotta be really mindful of that. What I can also tell you is that when you're facing down another Juren, you're like, it's Juren. Okay, I gotta be on edge. You gotta pay attention to what's going on because he's a menace.
Amazing, yeah.
And we were lucky to have on stream that insane moment where they were trying to gank you, when there was a Kyoshin trying to gank you, and they mistimed it, and you were able to kill the Juren, then turn back. That was perfect. It was so awesome.
The VG play there was like super excellent. So nice.
I have my moments.
Yeah,
great. And Wextra, on your side, like, what was it like to fight the Juren, fight against them in this match?
Terrifying.
Yeah,
I'm sitting here running against him, and you cannot go for his teammates first, which can be a pretty big issue considering he has a decently large health pool, and he's a constant threat. I understand why he has that evil kind of archetype to him, because, yeah, I sure felt it.
Yeah, he was the big bad today.
Yeah,
yeah, especially with such good players on him. I was like, okay.
That's awesome. Yeah, and Rippy, your thoughts? Like, what was it like to play this?
Yeah, I mean, the character looks really fun. I got to play it a bit off before the show. Really fun character. Looking forward to play it on when I get home. And honestly, the character is terrifying. A lot of defensive options. I see he probably has like 6 or 7 strong defensive options, being the uninterruptible light or like so being the armor light or the dodge, the old dodge, the side dodge unblockable. Everything's just really strong. And I got to give a shout out to my boy Norgaz. Just that 1v2, I told him. I was telling him, just stall. We're not going to be able to make it. Just stall. And he took matters in his own hands. And he was just, I'm going to win this. I am not losing.
That's super. Well, super good. Well, again, big congrats to all of you for this amazing victory. Thank you so much for, again, even being here to play with us. I also wanted to give a special shout out again to the EU team over there. So we made them sit at their chair. But great job, guys. Excellent play. So huge shout out to all of you again. So again, B, Nutella, Freeze, Havoc. So great having you all be here to play and give us such an amazing match as well. So it was super close and it was great to watch. And finally, and one more final huge shout out again to Vivid Naz and Verbalocity over there. Like, wait, what? No. But just thank you again so much to both of you for your expert commentary. It was such a pleasure to get to see you in action, see you working. So it's great. So thank you so much. JC, any final thoughts from you?
I mean, honestly, that was extremely hype. I haven't seen that many matches that were like, I was sitting here with Spanier, we were like on the edge of it. I know. What's going on? It was so cool. Amazing play from everybody. I'm super proud of any of winning, so I'm like, that's great there. But EU team, you did amazing as well. So it's just, I don't think we could ask for better show matches on here as well. So that was amazing.
Great stuff. Well, 100% agree with that. So, folks, thank you for watching again. Thanks to everybody for playing. Hey, listen, coming up next after this, we have the patch notes segment. So we're going to have even more fun for you with JC. We're making him stay to talk about patch notes.
I don't have to teleport anywhere.
Nah, you get to stay. But so don't go anywhere because we're going to be right back. And again, congratulations once again, everybody. So good job. All right. See ya next.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back with me for the first time today. The one, the only, JC.
For the least exciting segment of the show, I must say.
No, stop. It's one of the most anticipated segments.
Going to be really cool, right?
All right, so patch notes.
Yeah, so well, before the patch notes, right, there's one thing I want to address because I've been looking at chat and like some commentary. Are we on Reddit? Because I love to be on Reddit. Yeah. But essentially, one of the things I want to clarify is JUREN'S Tier 4 feat affects your allies less than your enemies. So I know like there's people that were concerned about like maybe a bit too much trolling, but a bit too much griefing. So it affects your enemies more than your allies. So yeah, it'll be, you kind of get a downside to it. But even as we've seen in the show match, like they were expertly able to play around the downsides. And that's what I was really hoping to see. So that's amazing. I can't wait to see that, right? And the other thing I want to speak for the patch notes, it's not really a patch note, it's more of a bug fix. But I want to thank Nutella, who's not here right now, but really, really helped. He helped me with like specific reproduction steps for a bug that we had with Kyoshin, where if you did a very, very specific input where you would kind of like dodge forward, target swap, do his kick, and under specific conditions, the kick could actually move backwards and you could miss. It felt super bad playing the hero with this. We managed to fix the bug with his help. I was talking with him a little bit. We managed to get like a super precise steps to reproduce it, and we were able to fix it. So it's great. A really big thanks to him, but that was amazing. So we can look at patch notes, right? There's a couple of pages here, so we'll go through it, right? So there's a hero I think that everybody wants nerfed. Well, not everybody, but I think the rant subreddit wants it nerfed like quite a bit. So
whoever do you mean?
I don't think I know about Virtuosa, right?
Yeah, well.
So we do have some nerfs coming to Virtuosa. Yep. We're keeping an eye on Hero. We're gonna see where like she ends up after this, and we have like more changes coming a little bit. But first and foremost, well, actually, there's two changes. So that's great. There's two changes here. So right now in postures, right? So when you stay in postures, it will cost you 5 stamina per second. So essentially. Whenever you get there, if you're just trying to babysit gank or hang around, your stamina will slowly drain. It doesn't apply when you're evading. So if you're evading, it'll pause that the stam drain, and it'll come back once you get out of the evade. So really that's to limit the amount of staying in posture that you can do and like help in those situations that feel really bad, right? Sometimes you get into a team fight, there's a Virtua next to you. She goes into posture, doesn't do anything, and then just wait for you to you throw a big trajectory, and she dodges it. So that should help in those situations.
Awesome.
We also are nerfing the garbage vulnerability of heavy attacks while in posture.
Okay.
So before they had 100 MS of garbage vulnerability, doing the math and looking at how it did all that sort of stuff, like they still are GB vulnerable, right? Like it's not because they were that low that they were like unbeatable or anything. The issue, though, comes around if as a Virtuosa, you kind of read a little bit that your opponent's going to like try to GB you, and you throw your heavy just quickly enough, those garbage would bounce, you would take a lot of damage. Some of those heavies deal a lot of damage. So we're nerfing them to be 433. So right now, if you're playing as a Virtuosa and you want to interrupt garbage attempts, you have to read that they're going to garbage, and you can only really use lights. Because with heavies at that speed, there is absolutely no way for you to read that they're going to garbage and then throw that. It's like, well, it's tricky. The timing can kind of work, but it's way, way, way harder. So that should help alleviate some of those issues. The thing to note is that Virtuosa is a bit strange, well, not strange, but different in how she chains and enters postures, right? So if you're playing as Virtuosa and you throw a light or a heavy or whatever, and you stay there, she automatically enters posture, and then you have like your lights and your heavies. You have access to all of these attacks, regardless of if you enter posture or not, but they're slightly different. And so with the nerf that we've done to the garbage vulnerability to those attacks, it does not apply to the versions that you throw when you do not enter posture. So if you buffer them, you will not get 430 MS of garbage vulnerability because that would make her feel extremely weak. So we're trying to like balance around this to make sure that it kind of makes work. It makes sense, and then we can get to where we need to go. Right. Next up, we have Artful Improvisation. So that we've increased the cooldown to 15 seconds, up from 10. Makes it a little bit less oppressive, like it pops in a little bit less often. That should be good. And then finally, Superior Retort. Again, increase the cooldown to 30 seconds, up from 20. Again, a bit of quality of life playing against her, like slight nerfs here and there for these things. We'll see where the hero ends up, right? That's it for Virtuosa for this time. It should make a difference, and we'll see where it goes. At high-level play, these were not already necessarily huge problems, but I think it should really help address problems at like lower levels of play, not necessarily like super hardcore competitive like these folks that we had, but at like, you know, more normal levels of play, it makes a difference. So that's where we're going to be going with that.
All right.
Next up, we have Kensei. So don't worry. I know people already go, hey, I heard you wanted us to do something, so I nerfed Kensei instead. We're not nerfing Kensei, so that's great, right? So Helm Splitter is now enhanced, right? Same kind of thing that we had with Griffin, where giving him enhanced Helm Splitter lets him peel a little bit better, lets him engage from externally a little bit better, gives him access to his big top-heavy finisher a little bit easier. So it's all these little changes should really help him tackle external issues a little bit better and give him more offense in those situations. So that's great. The other thing we've done is Pummel Strike has extra forward movement during the attack. So whenever you're going to Pummel Strike, you get a bit more range. Again, it helps you be able to engage from a little bit further and gives you just enough that you go, you know what, like, it kind of feels bad that it whiffs, so it should whiff a little bit less often, right? Like, you can get in a situation that it's kind of hard, doesn't feel too good, so that's where it goes.
It's easier to close the gap.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Yep.
And then finally, all of his heavy openers, including the ones that you saw feint from top heavy, they all have extra forward movement. Again, to close the gap a little bit better, you're able to like get it a little. You can throw them from a little bit further away. You're still gonna end up hitting. So it makes for like a better package for Kensei, and that's what we have for now. So we're looking at other things for Kensei as well to kind of ramp up the hero a little bit more, make him a little bit more competitive. He's a Vanguard. People have this impression that we don't really want to touch Vanguards too much because, you know, they're like starter heroes.
Yeah.
That's not necessarily true. But Kensei has been, the feeling from a lot of players that Kensei has been super balanced for the longest time. Takes a lot of skill to play, like other Vanguards, right? The idea of Vanguards is that they have a pretty low skill floor, meaning you can do pretty well with them, even if you're not like a super great player, but their skill ceiling should be higher. And so that's where we're trying to adjust things around to get those heroes to play better. We have some pro players that are playing Warden competitively that are insane with them, like completely crazy strong. Yeah. So again, it's proof of where you can get with those heroes to get into a good matter. Right?
Easy to learn, hard to master.
Exactly. That's great. Then we have a couple of other changes, but some of them are a bit more meaningful than others, right? Especially, well, there's this one, right? So Griffin can now access Forceful Twirl. I'm gonna say properly, Forceful Twirl. That's I don't know why that's a tongue twister, but I guess it is. So you can access it after a Veteran's Kick. So Veteran's Kick is this kick that he gets into his chains. And you can use it's the version that you get after a parry, which means it has armor. So with Griffin, you can actually now use this, use that zone attack, and then keep going. So it helps to get people off of you in group fights, makes that kick a much better option in group fights without having to rely on those big trajectories that make you a bit more predictable. It's a really, really good tool, and it also resets your chain. So you go back to your second hits and chain, and you can keep going and going and going. So we wanted to give the hero a little bit more options. He's very, very simple, but is also quite powerful. We've seen, like just in the show match, there was 2 Griffins at some point. So it's proof that the hero is played competitively is great. But always having a little bit more options makes those heroes a bit more interesting to play as well. So we're trying to do some of these changes as well to make it so that you have more fun playing them. It's more engaging. We also have Ocelotl. I hope I pronounced that correctly. So there's 2 big changes here, right? The first is that Hunter's Snare. So that's the heavy attack that he performs while he's in his like little crouching Hunter stance. It now becomes armored. So it gains uninterruptible stance at 100 MS. Okay. This means that it's going to be much harder to get it peeled. You can throw it from further away. Anybody that hits you won't knock you out of it. It's also a crazy good kind of trading tool, because if you get into that mode, into that attack, and you see somebody come near you, you can react on red with this attack and do really cool stuff, be able to trade, get into your offense. So it's a nice little buff for the hero. On the other hand, we're nerfing his first feat a little bit. We're giving it a cooldown. So normally Huntsman's Spirit does not have a cooldown, and it can get a bit frustrating where, you know, you pop it, like, you know, you die, and then you just stay there, pop it super quickly, then you die again, and then when that happens, the other team will know 100% they can move away. One of the problems with that feat is, from what we've been hearing from competitive and stuff, and I understand it, right? it removes information. It makes it much harder to play the minion. That's why they kind of ban the feat, because you can't track him. You have no idea where he's going to be, and it forces you to stay on points a little bit longer. With this cooldown, it kind of, not that it forces them to stay, but if you do it twice and you know, oh, it's on cooldown now, you know you can go away. You know you can deal with it a little bit easier. So we'll see again how that ends up being, but it's a nice little nerf. 60 seconds is not the biggest thing, so you can still use it super often. But it should help in those situations where it doesn't feel as good, and it gives it a bit of counterplay as well.
Right.
And then finally, we have Warmonger. So this might not seem like a huge buff, but I played it again this morning. I looked at it again this morning, and it's actually pretty strong, right? So you might remember, I don't know if we did it with you, but you might remember that at some point, we removed the fact that our light openers were enhanced, right? The reason was that her light openers were enhanced so that she could get access to Praying Claw. It made it a little bit easier. And then Praying Claw landed a stab, and then that stab had a lot of, it had medium hit reactions and a lot of frame advantage. So you could go back into another light that was kind of a bit harder to react to, but that was also enhanced, and to keep kind of the Warden Vortex going, right? Warmonger was meant to have kind of like input parity with Warden, so that if you play Warden, you can play Warmonger, and you don't really have to. It's not super hard to kind of figure it out, right? So it's not. That's it. You don't have to relearn an entire new hero.
Yep.
So, but the problem was that by doing this, it made the hero a lot less functional. It made that mix up and where you can go with there like a lot harder to use, right? Because when you go back to neutral, if your light gets blocked, well then you're kind of done, right? So with this, what we're doing is that the stab you do after Praying Claw pushes a light rate hit reaction instead of a medium, because it doesn't need it anymore, because it now chains to light and heavy finishers. That light finisher is enhanced, so you get back that property that we lost on the opener, and on top of it, that light can also chain back into Praying Claw. So we're bringing back the functionality we had before in a slightly different way. It lets her get also a bit more pressure, because those heavy finishers are really good. They're like big wide trajectories, they're undodgeable, so you get like a lot of really good stuff there. So it really helps the hero get into that position and regain some of that strength that was lost a little bit. Enhanced lights in neutral can be a bit hard to deal with by some players and stuff. So you still have to open up your opponents. You still have to get into chains. You still have to get into stuff. But you do get that vortex back and that pressure back once you've managed to start it up. So that's really important there. And then we also have some changes to Valkyrie. So her shield tackle strike, which is basically when you soft feint your heavy into guard break. She holds her shield. When you release it, it goes forward more. We had nerfed it after launch because it was a bit too strong. So now it's back to like a more respectable level. It's still useful. You can grab people from a little bit further away. It helps her offense a bit, and we'll see where that goes. But we also are looking. I know some people in chat right now are like, why don't my heavy finishers have undodgeable? Well, I'm not saying we're going to give her undodgeable heavy finishers, but we are looking at Valkyrie to see what can we do to push the hero, make her more interesting to play as. I know there's a lot of talk about like, well, I felt the old Valk was better. Oh no, I like better new Valk. There's a lot of like things that we're trying to address to go, how can we get the feeling that we had with the old Valk, but with an updated kit that makes a lot more sense and is more interesting to play as.
Right.
And then finally, a slight nerf to Shaolin. So Blink, which is his tier 2 feat, it was like kind of hard to dodge, right? You had to dodge at 466 MS at the max after it had been used. That's a really, really demanding reaction check. So we switched it around so we can dodge it up to 566 MS after he started it. So if you see him blink, then it should be, in theory, a lot easier to dodge it, right? If you don't see him, it's still hard. You have to kind of know and whatever. You have to pay attention to like audio cues and a bunch of these different things. But if you see it, it should be easier to deal with and be able to get the upper hand and get somewhere you need to go, right? So that is it for patch notes. With a big hero coming, it's a lot of stuff. I'm really excited with Juren, with what's happening. These patch notes are great. Like there's big nerfs to Virtuosa. I'm hoping Chad is at least happy a little bit right now. A big kind of reversal for Warmonger that should help her get better in fights. So overall, really excited about this. It should be super cool.
Yeah, pretty cool changes. Yeah. Right, so thank you.
Thank you. And there's one last thing I want to mention. It's not like anything, but I really, really want to thank our marketing team. Right?
Yes.
Usually we don't talk about marketing too much. They're the ones who help with community organize this massive event. It's amazing. They're always kind of like face us a little bit. Anthony's in the marketing team, which is great. And people know him a little bit more, but there's a lot of people on the marketing team that are not as visible, right? We have like Julie, we have Justin, we have a bunch of different people.
Absolutely.
Max is in there, Morgan is in there. So there's a lot of people. And on the community team as well with Zahara, that's like starting to pick up a little bit more. We see her more, that's great. We have TG, we have Josh, that everybody kind of knows at this point as well. So it's great. I really want to thank them. None of this could be possible. None of our warriors then could be possible without them. So like a huge props to them, because it's something that very few teams do. It's something that like it's something that I've been wanting as a gamer myself to have that sort of connection, you know, with developers and be able to talk to them and see what kind of happens. We interact with them. Clearly, I can't read chat right now, but like even when I'm not on stage, I'm always reading it, trying to figure out what's going on, and I'm rewatching the segments afterward to see what the reaction was. But it's something that almost nobody else does, and this is super cool. I feel blessed to be able to get to be part of this. And again, this is all a massive thanks, and all in part because our marketing team and community team are able to push forward and get this done. So I really want to thank them. It's an amazing opportunity for us. So thank you very much.
Thanks a lot. All right. Well, thank you so much for this. Coming up, stay tuned. We have the community segment coming in, Community Corner, with some funny clips, cool clips, crazy clips.
Good stuff happening.
All right, so stay tuned.
All right, stay tuned, folks.
Welcome back, Warriors! Wow, can you believe the Warriors Den that we've had so far?
It's been a great show.
It's been amazing. But it's not over yet because we saved the best for last here.
Obviously.
For Community Corners. So we have a lot of cool stuff to share with you guys. But first, let's take a look at what we covered today. So we have our new hero, Juren. Amazing. And he'll be available for purchase for the next week, January 29th for $9.99 USD. And the hero will also be available for purchase through Steel just 2 weeks later on February 12th for 15K Steel. We also have Starter Dominion Round 2 starting on January 29th for 2 weeks. We have no changes to this one. We just really want your feedback. So please fill out those surveys. Do it for JC.
Do it for JC.
It sustains him.
Needs
it sustains his life.
It does, his life force.
It's like water.
For Honor Anniversary with free content just for logging in from February 12th to February 19th is coming, so don't forget to log in and get your free stuff. We also have our Hero Fest for Griffin, Kyoshin, and Gladiator. Now, we also have the throwback event, Last Hero Standing, from February 26th to March 6th.
Yes, we were listening. You wanted Last Hero Standing to come back? You want to fight over the puddle again? Now you can. So bring a snorkel. Bring a straw or something.
Floaties on.
And get that puddle. All right. We also have our balance patch live next week on, you guessed it, January 29th.
January 29th.
We also have free weeks starting on January 29th, and it's going to go until February 5th. There's an extension on UB Connect until February 9th, so you can play it for free even longer. We also have Triple Threat 1v1 signups. They're open. Qualifier 1 is full, but there's still room for qualifiers 2, 3, and 4. So make sure to sign up. We also have an updated Triple Threat leaderboard. Oh, okay. Yeah. So.
Yep. So, speaking of all that awesome stuff, we've also got some content of the week that we want to go ahead and show you. All of it's kicking off today, January 22nd, and it'll run from to January 29th. Up first, we have the execution. What a drag! And I love that we use my main boy Shinobi to showcase this brutal execution. Could you imagine getting stabbed in your Achilles and being dragged? I wouldn't want to deal with that at all. Up next we have, and by the way, that's for 7K Steel. Up next we have the emote Zanhu's Fire, which is also available for 7K Steel, showing off the pretty colors on the VG and the Virtuoso, who's now been nerfed, as people have said in chat. And some other also content of the week that we have starting next week on January 29th through February 12th. We've got the mythic outfit Phoenix Wings for 15K Steel. I think one of the players used this in the exhibition match, and someone was like, "What is that effect?" So now you can see it. Up next, we also have the Execution Firework Fracas, and I don't know if anyone's told you, but a fracas is actually a fight.
Oh.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, now.
They're fighting over splodies. And then we also have the emote Beatdown Boogie, which you also might have seen in the exhibition match. This will be available for 10K Steel. They're doing the dance currently right now, but you don't.
We're trying.
Yeah, we got it.
You got it?
Yeah.
I have to practice.
Yep.
Oh,
yeah. I'm sorry. And lastly, we have the combat emote Snowball Fight for 10K Steel. This is also something I've seen people say to bring back, that they want to throw snowballs at their friends, their enemies, and now you can, but it won't do any damage. So, sorry.
That's right. And that's all the great content coming up over the next 2 weeks. And starting today, our weekly arcade quest is the Truce Breakers. And the event is Zanhu's Gambit, starting tomorrow, January 23rd. Be the faction with the most Emperor's Escape matches won. Starting next week on January 29th again, we have Sakura's Repentance as the arcade quest. And the event is JUREN'S Chaos Week 1. Be the faction with the most Dominion matches won.
Cool.
So many things. So many awesome things.
All right, now let's have a look at your amazing community content clips.
Let's do it. Go. Take it away, Max.
Take it away.
completely going into the drink.
And we have the drink featured.
I'm surprised he didn't get like lost in that. He was totally over the ice. Then we got some amazing female glads from manufacturer. These clips, these photo mode images are so nice. And then we also have a relic from 2017. If you pre-ordered the game back in 2017, you would get these awesome faction rings, which I think like super cool.
Absolutely.
And then this is from Tatsu Kev, who always like creates really awesome clips. I love this one. just instantly ledged.
The slow-mo.
He ledged himself.
No.
And then we've got some more tribute to Ice Brawlers by Yikido. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that name. Some great shots, honestly, with that.
Good.
This was the thing I was talking about. You can move Highlander in a way where he just starts bugging out. And I don't know how you do it. The entire like chat was just, like being like, how do you make this happen? Because there's like a couple of other like kind of like wonky things you can make a hero do.
Yeah.
Just by like spamming different buttons and fainting.
Yeah.
And,
Like the wiggle, you know?
River dance, you know?
It might be. That's what I thought. Like his legs are just like going all crazy. But yeah, those are all the clips that we have for this segment. Obviously, if you want to be featured, go ahead and post on the Reddit, the Twitter, the Instagrams. Like we'll see it. We're always looking for new stuff to showcase because you guys do like really awesome work and funny work too. My goodness.
Keep it up, please.
I love seeing it. Yeah, and wow, like we want to see so much more. So please send in your clips. We love seeing them, and that was amazing. Like great time. So
yeah.
That's it for us, Josh and TJ. Thanks for being here. But I want to wrap up a little bit. Like we announced year 10.
Right.
So exciting. We have Juren coming to the game soon. We had our show match. Can you believe it?
Go Team NA.
Yeah, go Team NA.
What is a kilometer?
I feel like I belong to both, like both Europe and NA. Yeah, it's hard to choose. So I would have been happy both ways.
You can be neutral.
No.
The chaotic neutral.
No such the chaotic neutral. I like it. All right, and I want to thank the our participants in the show match, the VIPs who've been working hard to help us in the game all week with the workshop. It's just been fantastic, and that's it for us. Thank you for tuning in, and we will see you all on the battlefield and for the next Warriors. Then, thank you guys so much. Bye.
And we are rating Raptor Rex, so get ready, buddy. We're going in. Everyone spam year 10 when you get into the chat.
Year 10.
All right.
Bye.
Everybody.
Thanks, guys.